Welcome to the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 5. I'm SpuddyFC. Joining me here is Averded, and we start in the winners semi-finals here. Welcome back to another Serenyx League event here. This is again our 2v2 Blitz number 5, and well, what a day it is here as well. Here, Averded. How are you feeling? It's 2v2 action. Same as usual, but again, a lot of really good players here with the major just around the corner. A lot of teams trying to test their luck, and these tournaments are getting pretty big with all this RLCS action happening here, as well as here in the Serenyx League. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and this is actually first time casting a 2v2 event in, and actually probably the highest level gameplay that I have casted yet. And I'm actually pretty excited to get into it, and of course, doing it as a duo, always adds more fun to it, and I can't wait to get started. Excited to see these players doing stuff that I can't do, so it'll be fun.
Well, that's why you're here, right? You get to talk to everybody about what these players are doing here. As our first match will be MylkMan versus Nameless Kings. MylkMan are second seed in this tournament with Milk and Maniolar. Nameless Kings with Wisty and Sly, the two players that made first and second in our last 1v1 Gauntlet number 6. That happened last week. So, Nameless Kings, they were enemies before, now they're friends here. And I remember right after the tournament, Wisty and Sly both talked to each other, both said, hey, we're going to compete in this next event together. And here they are, and boy, they made a pretty good run. But MylkMan's going to be a tough roster. Milk and Maniolar, both very, very talented, very high-level 2v2 players.
And they're the MylkMan roster. It looks like they've done quite well so far. It looks like they have swept every match. And actually, I say that so has the Nameless Kings. This is going to be quite the first matchup we have here tonight. I'm actually getting more and more excited watching it, or getting ready to watch this. And just seeing these two undefeated, haven't even lost a single game. So it's going to be quite the battle here.
Yeah, as you said as well, some fun matches here. As I know these players are just about ready to get things underway, as are we. So let's get this match going. No more waiting, no more talking, and let's just again get this match away. As I know these players are waiting. Things underway. We'll get this match going. As here we go. One sec. Let's do this. This is the best of 3, by the way, for all of you wondering as well. So 2 wins, and you go to that winners finals. 2 losses, you got to play in that lower bracket. So MylkMan taking on the Nameless Kings, the 1v1 duo, Sly and Wisty. Wisty, again, one of the best 1v1 players in South America. Milk and Maniolar. Maniolar of 100x Knight right now. I'm sure a lot of people recognize that name. Milk, a top-level player. So this is just our winner semifinals. There's nothing up for grabs right now except just a spot further in the tournament here.
And we see coming out, you said yourself, he's one of the best South America players. It means he's on a ping disadvantage, and a pretty big one at that. Looking at 130 ping, while everyone else is at about 30 to 20, 25 range. And Manny's going to start off here on a 1v2. Milk will slow to get back, and he's going to try and keep possession, keep it close, but Sly is there looking for a pass. He's not going to find it, stay on solo. Wisty going to take it back, maybe take control. And we see immediately 2v2 is going to be this more controlled game rather than the fast-paced 3v3 that we see, the passing and everything. And 2v2 generally might be considered, boring by people, which is why it's not really an RLCS or anything. But I actually find it quite entertaining. I don't know about you, but and the higher level gameplay, obviously, the more entertaining it is, and just the creativity in 2v2 is what I like about it.
You mentioned creativity. There's definitely a lot of that, and you don't get more creative than a player like Wisty, whose whole idea of playing Rocket League is going for stuff that, that he can do, and you're going to see a lot of that here in this event. That's not a good start for him, though. Milk's going to put that one in, and the MylkMan side go up by 1.
And a great challenge him by here, and Wisty tries to go for the little fake drop down for a low 50 and just can't quite find it. Milk reads that. Whether that was intentional or not does not matter. Now they're up 1-0, and this honestly is going to be quite a lead to keep. I mean, 1 goal is not really a lot in the 2v2. Maybe just simple air dribble bump or anything. Come on, and we see a bump coming out of Milk, and that was a wide open net. Manny did not expect it. Gets bumped though, and we see Sly trying to take control, doesn't get it. Manny with a good 50 here. Will MylkMan or Milk be up? No, he won't. And they're going to keep control here on the offense, looking very strong.
And it's a strong start here for the MylkMan side. Only 1 goal, though, and against a team like the Nameless Kings, who Again, give them time. They're going to find ways to really work with each other. Be a lot of good things to happen here as here goes Wisty. He can make things happen. Looking for the bump. Will not get it on Milk as Milk stays back. Now it's Sly. Up for Wisty. The top two win players of last events now. As Wisty again, waiting, still waiting as he'll leave it for Sly. The fake opens up room. Wisty's upfield, but he gets bumped out the way. Manny up to Milk. Oh, Wisty's gonna keep it back, and now he's out of position. It's an open net and a tie game.
What a drop down here by Wisty. I mean, even if it was, this is a panic jump or whatever it was, intentional or not, I'm not sure. But Sly, great notice there on the opening just to quickly come in and take it. And Milk was just too far up, too forward to get back. And that's what I was talking about. The lead can go away so quick, and it's so not as unexpected as 3v3, but it's still, it's hard to keep. And so unexpected. And Sly is going to get another wide open net. Milk did not expect Manny to be like this, probably. I mean, this definitely not the touch he wanted by the looks of it. And Sly just takes a wide open net. Really not the greatest touch from him there to just, passing it over. Not what you'd like to see.
The thing is here, Sly is the lowest ranked player in this lobby. I believe he's B rank compared to the B+, B+, and S rank of the players around him. But he's got 2 goals already, so clearly not too far out of his element here in 2v2. As it's a great play from Wisty. Will leave this one as Manuel clears. Now goes Sly with no hesitation. Up he goes. Bumped out the way. Manuel will not give him another chance to score. Sly's already been problem enough here for MylkMan as now they'll go to the back wall and we'll try to keep this play under alive as Manuel puts in another 2 for MylkMan. And again, it's all even.
And this pressure on offense that Milk has been able to create has been very nice for them. They get their opponents in such awkward spots, and for both of them, both of their goals so far have just been little mishaps from the Nameless Kings. But either way, they're gonna take it. And I want to touch back on what you said before, how they're Slide's the lowest in the lobby, but he has both goals, and where this 2v2 is a lot easier to play up in than the 3v3 mode. At least in my opinion, anyway. A B rank player could play up simply because, individually or in the one-on-one scenario. And as I'm talking about, Sly gets this 3rd goal. It's going to be a hat trick. He might be the lowest 6-man's ranked player, but we're not playing 6-mans here. We're playing 2v2. And what a pass there from Wisty. Sly noticing gets a shot over Milk, and he's not going to be able to get back to it and take a 3-goal lead here. Will they be able to hold it though?
We'll see a 3-2 lead here, and you said it as well. Sly's got all the goals, and Wisty's done a great job at supporting him here. And that's the thing about it, when you're such a recognizable player like Wisty, who's been in these events before, who's been with various different teammates before. Wisty himself has actually never won a 2v2 event here in Serenyx League, but trying to do one here with Sly. And again, being as high rank as he is, he knows how to support players. And that's something that's common at that high rank level, is that you know how to support people rather than just do things yourself. And selfless nature is really going to allow teams, especially in 2v2, to succeed, because if everybody gets involved, you're going to find goals here as a flip reset, fakes it, flip it over Milk. Nameless Kings take a 2-goal lead as Sly got rid of Manny Alar, and from there on out, it was Wisty doing what he knows best.
And we see this time Sly being the support player, showing he can be more than just a pure shooter and really making his stay here. And Wisty, what a shot by him, reset, go under, and then back over Milk. And we see just another great solo play, and we see a little mess up coming out from Sly there. Sorry about that. And Milk with a good double. That it will be their first goal they get. That isn't just, it actually was just a mistake, I guess, by the Nameless Kings. I believe so far the Nameless Kings have the advantage in this series, not only because they're up in the goal, of course, but just simply because the goals they are letting up are not the greatest, and I think they know that too. As do the MylkMan. They as well know that, and they probably think they're gonna have to work a little harder for these goals if they're going to, in the long run, take this series.
I'll lead one more though, as a minute to go here. The Nameless Kings, they're win-win players. They know how to waste time. They're gonna be pretty good at that here. So MylkMan's really gonna force some plays upfield. A Sly, another long touch. Milk's out of position. That's off the back post. Manuel clears, but he got tripped up. Here goes Wisty now. That's just wide of the net, and Milk keeps it away. Sly jumping in with room, gets the 50-50, will continue to play for time as he'll take that boost away, leave Wisty all alone, and he gets beat. That's under the bar and in, and it is Milk who leads the roster 4-4.
It's exactly what I was talking about. The first goal where they weren't just relying completely on the Nameless King's mistakes. He had I believe that was Wisty. He had to jump there. I think he had low boost, and Manny realized that and just. I'm sorry, Milk. I'm not sure who scored that. Sorry, and he took it over and just got another free goal. And Sly again is gonna get his fourth goal of the game, and I can't even get anything out without this guy scoring. Like, holy cow! And what a bump coming out from Manny, and Sly recovers a miss by Milk. Not what you want to see if you're a MylkMan player or fan, and Sly's gonna give them the lead. Will they be able to hold it though? I'm not sure. I don't actually. I have confidence in the MylkMan here to get this back. Milk's gonna start off here, go for a quick shot, and he will. Not gonna make it though. Wisty's a little awkward. Manny panics, passes it back to Milk. Milk is gonna take it up the wall. He has a solo play here, goes up the ceiling of 40 boost. What's it gonna make happen here? Maybe a pass back. There's no one over there, and we could see this just fizzle out here. Wisty has 0 boost though. Wisty gonna go up, and we should just see this go straight down and killed, and it is a Nameless will take game 1.
Nameless Kings, I want to start for them here. You said it felt a little awkward at times, but what really helped them here is just the ability to play the aggressive style, not let up on that play. It helps when you can play aggressive and you got a player like Wisty, you know, anybody like Wisty who is behind you there to support you along the way. So a good showing here in game 1 as these teams still have a lot to do here. And it's a lot of work. It's only one game. It's a best of 3. You still got to win one more if you are Nameless Kings. And with how close game 1 was here, Averded, there is still a lot of room to work with.
Oh, absolutely. And the Nameless Kings, they know absolutely they can definitely could have given up 3 less goals that game. I think only one of them was a genuine outplay there by Milk. But the other ones were on them, maybe they're bad 50 or, even an own goal there. But regardless, they kept it close, and they ended up getting the win. A Sly, incredible game by him to get 4 goals, and Wisty, a great support with 4 assists. I mean, geez, I gotta say, this is a great duo we have here, and excited to get into game 2.
Best of 3, so these teams have a lot to prove now as we're into our 3rd game of the best of 3 here. So again, it's a reminder, if the Nameless Kings win this, they go to the winners finals. If they lose, their run will then go to game 3. So a lot to still do here, a lot to still play for. And the MylkMan roster, I mean, this is a team that had their moments in game 1, just couldn't get it done. As here goes Wisty trying to do it again. He's set it up for Sly, but the angle not there. Here goes Wisty, just kept out by Manny Alar, and Nameless Kings demoed away. Oh, both of them are gone. Milk and Manny get rid of the defense. And the MylkMan roster now upfield as it's Milk past 1. Now Slide, last one back, trying to get the flick. Can't get it. It's in front, and it's in the back of the net. 1 goal for the MylkMan roster as Wisty pushed up a bit too high, left Sly all alone. And by the time he got back, it was just too late.
And Sly being left in a also it was a complete 1v1 there. I mean, you got to think, if Milk doesn't make something happen that causes a goal, that is just a really bad play on him. But he does messes up the flick a little bit, and we see Sly panic. But either way, he was in a 1v1, so who knows. But now we're gonna see Nameless start off with the pressure here. Milk in another 1v1 situation. Wisty gonna cut it off early though. Sly gonna take control, take it down the field. 1v2. Manny jump up early. It's gonna be Wisty versus Milk here in the corner. Both of them have full boost. Wisty going with a confident jump. Milk with a great save. Nameless gonna be on the runaway now. Milk gonna catch the ball, and we see him do this a lot. He loves to just catch the ball and try and set up these 1v1 situations. Makes you think, is he a ones main, or is this just how he plays teams? But Manny gonna go for a shot. He finds it top left. Oh my goodness, what a pass from Milk, and what an even better shot from Manny to realize it's open net. And wow, Wisty just he expected it a little too late after he turned his car forward, and that's just what a shot from Manny.
Well, to answer your question, Milk is definitely a 1v1 player. I know him. I know that he's a pretty good 1v1 player, so there's no question about what he can do in ones, what all these players can do in 1v1. But, that's a double command. It's an open net, and it's gone wide. Milk's gonna put it in. 3 goals already for the MylkMan side, and this is not the start you're looking for. Nameless Kings, after how close game 1 was, game 2 has completely gotten away from them early.
We saw a little double commit coming out there in the midfield by the Nameless Kings, and it leads to an immediate goal. You do not want to see that coming out, especially not in 2v2. You don't want to see a double commit. It's your whole team. We're going to see Wisty go for a bump, and Manny's going to take control with 100 boost. He's going to go off ceiling. Slide's ready to defend it, though. It's a little awkward. Still gets it, though. Milk's going to be waiting. Manny cuts him off. Sly going to have ball possession. Wisty's going to go for a bump. A little aggressive here, but they need it. And they're going to find it. Manny's not going to be able to save it. Sly with a great flick. Top bins and Milk. Let's see what does here. I think he instant challenges and just gets beat. Or nice to jump over the bump. And Sly just gets a nice flick. Manny pointed a little bit too far forward to get that one. And Sly with a great shot. Wisty with a good distraction and a good tie up there. Or good comeback. And maybe will this be a start of the bounce back? Sly another 1v1. Going to go for a shot. Does not find the top right. I'll just say for Milk. Milk going to try and catch the ball here to get a 1v1. No, Missy's going to take it back. We're going to see an own goal. No, Sly's going to get back. And now Manny is running back to take control.
As the Nameless Kings, I mean, so far, they got to use those mechanics for good here. This team of very solid players, but when you're down by 2 with 3 minutes to go, that time's going to feel rather fast here as Sly clears it out. Wisty. What's a great first touch. He's going to get the bump, too. That's gone above the net, though. Manular will be there to block it. That extra touch from Wisty did just enough for Manny to get back in time, as now Milk trying to find that bump around the corner. Will not get there in time, and Nameless Kings just continue to wait as Sly sidewall, flip reset. Manular's there. Now Milk dumped out by Sly. Nameless Kings are one away.
And I mean, the word Sly is absolutely crazy this series already. And what a pop reset into the dunk. Milk just can't really do anything there. He maybe could have jumped to stop that 50, but I think either way it would have been killed right in front of his net. I mean, that was just insane play by Sly. Great recognition for the pop, and just what a play by him. He's really, really dominating this series. And brings him within 1. I mean, great comeback so far. Manny's going to go for another shot. It's going to fall in. Sly can't reach it there. Low boost, and Manny picks up his 3rd goal. That's a hat trick for him now. And what an insta jump from there to beat Wisty. I think Sly might have been able to get that ball if he was a little more to the left. Either way, it's going to make a 2-goal lead now and stop the Nameless Kings momentum, as Manny is going to start the ball in the Nameless Kings side. Sly going to take control, and a little bit of a mistouch off the wall. And Manny backflips as well. A little interesting. Milk going to take it off the wall. Pre-jump there from Sly. Doesn't get it. Milk going to go off the ceiling. Maybe we see a pass off the corner here. We do. Wisty going to be there. Wisty in a 1v1 against Manny. Both of them have boost. Going to go off ceiling. Will we see a pass straight down? No, he's going to solo play. Shoot it. Bottom bins. No. Sly going to try and keep it in. They need to. It's back. Manny has an open shot. Will he take it? He will. It's going to find it. And once again, another 3-goal lead situation for the MylkMan, and a little overcommit, but they really did. They have to kind of play more aggressive, but unfortunately that is kind of the downside in the 2v2 mode. Send 2 players forward, there's no one back.
Yeah, and unfortunately there for Sly, he's in the right position, just doesn't make the right touch. That goes, he wanted to go that up to his net, instead he went back, and it's another goal here for Manular as Milk finds him. So it already feels like this game might be nearing its end. We're still 2 minutes away from the end of this thing, but MylkMan have proven why they are a pretty good 2v2 roster, and why Nameless Kings are the lower seeded team in this matchup. So 6-2 here, and it feels like Game 3 is almost but certain to be what comes up next.
Absolutely, and this game we've just seen the MylkMan playing at a faster pace, and really abusing the Nameless Kings and their maybe not the greatest first touches or first min plays. And look at Milk here, just playing patient. This is what they've been doing all game, and it's really been working. And the Nameless Kings have really had no answer for this patient type of play. As you see Milk here for another great first touch here. He's going to catch it and take control. Manny has a jump, dodge the bump, and Wisty gets bumped as well, going for a shot. Milk has infinite time here to go off the wall. What's we do? We just kill time or try and take it. Manny going for a bump. Doesn't get it. A pop reset by Milk, and it might fall in. No, Sly with a good bump. Now Sly going to have control. That's to go over Milk here, who's pre-jumping him. And a great catch by Manny. Good boom. Sorry, and Wisty now going to have time. But how are they going to be able to recover this, if at all? Or do we just start thinking, what do we do next for Game 3?
I think the question is Game 3, because there's 4 goals down, there's a minute left. I don't think they have a chance of coming back at this one. The question comes down to, what do you do in Game 3 if you're Nameless Kings? Because they won in Game 1. They look good there, as my goodness, what a flip reset from Sly to the bottom right corner. That is a powerful shot, but Averded, going to Game 3, after what we saw in Game 1 and now in Game 2, what do you think the Nameless Kings need to really bring? Because they got to do more of that, but realistically, how do they beat this roster of Milk and Manular?
It's a tough cookie to crack, but I think they got to send, they have to play more, consistent as a first man. They keep getting beat and getting left in a 1v1 situation or even a 2v1 situation a lot, or they just keep getting up these boom goals and that maybe a solid, more consistent first man, or just the second man needs to position a little bit to where he can follow up a little better, because they're just getting abused really difficult or really badly for their second man, or lack of defense. And they have really good offense. We see Sly getting 2 crazy pop resets, but and that's not going to be enough, unfortunately, if you get scored on 6 times. So that's what I think they're going to need to do. But I guess we're going to have to see. And Milk come out here with another goal, and that's just going to be the dagger. Just one to kick the dead horse. But we're just going to move on to game 3 here, as they're just going to let this one fall in, and they're saying go next. So yeah, there we are, just going to FF here.
Well, game 2, there's only 9 seconds left, so might as well again see how things are going to go here. As again, 9 seconds. As game 3 up next. And for the MylkMan roster, 7-3. That's pretty solid overall here. So we're going to go into game 3 to determine this series and who goes to the winners finals. MylkMan, after how they played, it feels like you can't deny what this roster can do and how they can play. If they play the way that they want to, as they did here in game 2, it's going to be almost impossible for the Nameless Kings to have an answer. Because Nameless Kings are not a roster that have this kind of connection. They're newer to each other. They don't know each other as well. And you can really tell in a match like this that these two players, they just don't have the rotations locked down.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see again, like Milk being the good 1v1 player, like you mentioned earlier, he's gonna abuse the not so great first man challenges, and he's gonna be able to beat that 1v1 every time if he gets it. So the Nameless Kings, they have to do something to shut him down and not let him get in those 1v1 situations. And to be honest, they need to find a way to get on offense more and stay on offense, because we're relying on these quick pop reset goals. There might be consistent at them individually, but the MylkMan are going to be able to end up defending them. They're going to change up their defense a little bit, and Nameless Kings are going to need to get a little bit more creative and be able to stop whatever MylkMan have coming for them. So excited to get into game 3, see what they swap up here and how they bounce back, and maybe they'll be able to keep it a little closer as like they did in game 1.
See about this, it's a scary time as well. But again, this is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this as well. And again, I'm excited.
Start off here, it's going to be Wisty versus Milk on the kickoff. In here.
As here we go. Let's go to game 3. It's game 3 here. And everybody's back in. We're in here after all. Averded is game 3 in this best of 3. So this is it. Winner of this goes to the winners finals. A chance to go to the grand finals later tonight. The loser will be in the lower brackets. So one game now to determine everything. Can Nameless Kings learn from what they did in game 2? Or is it the same as usual? And we may have already gotten our answer. MylkMan wanted to be the same as usual. And this is a good start. Manular and Milk connecting again. And as I said before, that team chemistry between these two is going to oftentimes be the difference maker.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what I talked about last game. The first man challenge was not great out of slide there, and we just see Wisty get left with no boost and an awkward 2v1, and Manny and Milk gonna be able to take advantage of that every single time. And Nameless Kings, they're really gonna need to switch something up in that regard. But they're already here on defense for a whole entire 30 seconds, it feels like. So far this game, they've really not been out of the orange side, and Milk gonna be in a 2v1. He almost actually gets it. Manny gonna pass him in. Milk gonna be there for another shot. No, save by Wisty. What a save by him. Milk gonna take control of the ball, kind of leaves it, but no challenger out of Nameless Kings. It's gonna go backboard. Manny gonna have a shot, finds it, and it's wide open. And honestly, I mean, we're 1 minute in, 45 seconds in here, but it has not left the orange side for 1 second. I mean, Nameless Kings are just lost.
No, they really do. It looks like the exact same as what we saw in game 2. MylkMan trying to make that reverse sweep happen, and inside the first minute, it looks just like what we saw in game 2. There's just not that control. The chemistry's there. MylkMan are turning up the pressure, turning up the heat. Says, here goes Wisty. Playing for resets. He can do it himself, and he will not put it in, as that final touch was not made. And here we go the other way, as Milk, no boost. Manular sends it upfield anyways, as Wisty will wait behind, has room, gets over one, but the shot not good enough. Nameless Kings need an answer, but Wisty taken out, and we've been seeing a good amount of plays where this MylkMan roster has targeted Wisty on the back end of the field. And unfortunately for Wisty, no matter how good he is, if he continues to be targeted like this, he's not going to be that effective in a game like this. He's going to rely a lot more on seeing if Sly can get things done. And well, again, that team chemistry really isn't helping them out very well as MylkMan. Halfway back again, Sly unable to get that bump as Manular stops Wisty, and now he's on low boost. Milk will chase this one down as Wisty again pushed out the way. This MylkMan roster just targeting, again, they're targeting Wisty. Whatever they do, they're not going to let Wisty have the ball here. They're playing essentially 2v1, and it is working beautifully for them.
Earlier, you think that the Nameless Kings needed that goal. Wisty had a great flip reset earlier, and he really had a great opportunity, but they just could not capitalize off it, and they did need that maybe for their morale or for their, confidence, whatever it may be. But good demo coming here to Milk, and almost a shot. That was slide Kami. But Sly's going to take control now. Manny stops it. Will he get a pass mid? He will. Milk going to be there. Wisty going to stop him, though. And Sly has no boost here. Manny going to have a shot. He'll just find it. And again, just another pass mid. Just simple infield pass into a shot. And this is really all they need to do. I mean, they have no boost. Nameless King have no boost. And it's just over their heads. And I mean, how do you stop this? Like, I really don't even have an answer for him.
We go, things keep moving as to the corner. As Wisty, Milk will flip reset in the midfield as this will be Sly, the dribble, reset, bang, 1 goal back. That's what we know Wisty can do, but we're gonna need to see more like this. There's still half the game left, but they've got to get some good chances going.
Yes, and this is the same thing as last game where, yes, they can get a solo play, they can get a pop reset, flip reset, they can get a bump, something, but the MylkMan are going to be able to get more goals, the simple infield passes more, that 1 goal they get is not going to be able to counteract their 3, and they're going to need to be a little, more creative, or maybe just up the volume of these type of attacks here, and Wisty almost gets a good pop over Milk, but luckily Milk saves it, and Milk going to take control, doesn't quite get it, and Manny's up a little far here, but he knows that, he's going to play 50, goes for a flip reset over Sly has no boost, he's so awkward here. Wisty gonna have to wait in a 1v1 against Manny with no boost, and Milk can have we could have had a shot there if he's a little further back, and we're gonna see Sly and Wisty almost double commit for this, but Wisty's gonna follow it up. Good offense opportunity here for Nameless. Manny not the greatest touch. Sly gonna take control. He only has 30 boosts though. The offense we're seeing is it's not very plentiful. We're just looking for something to get out, and we go for a redirect maybe. No, he's gonna go for a back pass. It looks like, but they're gonna really need to change something up here, whether it be on defense or offense. To get this ball rolling for him.
As here goes Sly again, the dribble. Milk's got to be careful. That's a great challenge from Milk. He'll get up early. Now Manny Alar jumps in, and the MylkMan just trying to get this one out, but now they push too high. Sly with an open net. And if anybody needed a goal here more than anyone else, it was Sly after Game 1. Just could not get things going in Game 2. And here in Game 3, when his team needs it most, that is a huge open net to take.
We see the same things we saw in Game 1 with the great support there by Wisty, and Sly just putting it away. Great shot by him, but will that be enough to boost him up? And Milk's going to be up and just beat Sly to that ball. Very unfortunate for Sly, but Milk just showing that he does not care. Just no respect challenge. Sly, he notices he's backwards. Milk just goes for it, gets a beat. 2-goal lead now, but I still have confidence in the Nameless Kings to bring this back, and I personally want to see it happen. I want to see an OT. Everyone does. We're going to start off here. Wisty going to have possession. This could be an open net. Manny has no boost. Manny might miss. Almost own goals there, but Milk going to try with 0. Pass it up to Manny. Manny now has 100. Will he go off the ceiling? No. Goes for an Arsenal reset. Goes for a shot. That would be crazy. Misty has a good catch now in a 1-on-1 situation. 1v2. Sly going to go for a bump. This shouldn't convert into a goal here. It doesn't. Milk with a great save. How did Sly not get that bump? And this is going to be a shot coming from Manny. Sly going to save it. Now they're going to have to completely reset in the same situation they've been in all game, just on defense. And Wisty going to be up here. Maybe go for a pass. Over one gets a crazy bump down to Sly. Sly not going to find it. What defense there by coming up from Milk. His goal line defense is untouchable. And Manny going to take control. Goes for an air dribble of his own. Insanely fast play. He's going to find it. And oh my goodness, what back and forth. And they forfeit coming out from Nameless Kings. And that's going to be the end of the series. Sweet.
It will be here as the call made there. They're not going to waste any more time. So this game will be over. MylkMan will win out the match here. So we'll see if they want to play it these last 30 seconds or not. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The end is here. MylkMan will take a 2-1 series of victory here against Nameless Kings. So they're going to be pretty happy because they're going to the winners finals, one of the top teams in this tournament, and they're making it known. So Averded, MylkMan did not slow down after Game 2. We didn't know if Game 2 was going to be consistent. They proved that it is here, as they're going to get one more for the vote, I think, and I think Milk's going to leave right after this as well. So they're going to take one more for the vote, and end off this match here. So, MylkMan with a solid performance, and again, credit to them. That is quite the showing from this roster. So, 6-2, the final scoreline of Game 3. Averded. What a strong performance from this team. They looked good. They were able to show up how they wanted to here. And again, that is a impressive performance from this team.
Them having a strong offense or Nameless having a weak defense. Either way, their pressure looked crazy, their control was crazy, and Milk just being that solid 1v1 player. Manny knowing when to slow down the play and get it to Milk to be in a 1v1 situation. They look like they're an incredible duo, and looks like they have a lot of playtime together. I mean, or maybe not. Maybe this is how those people are, and they got like that. But either way, very good performance out of them, and I'm excited to watch them play in the future, and I cannot wait. So.
Well, we will be seeing more MylkMan. That's the nice thing about it. So they're not going to be gone for too long here. They're going to play in our next matchup against the winner. If we go to our bracket real quick here, against the winner of, that's the wrong bracket, this one, against the winner of Stin's Sons and Zuptqke on the Zuptqke roster. He has already won 2v2 events in Serenyx League history, so he's looking to win a third one here. But for now, we're going to wait until that result is confirmed. Averded. Before we go to that here, is there any last things you want to say before we kind of end off the matchup here, end off the first match of the evening? Go to a break and be back when we have an update on our winners finals.
Not really. I'm just excited to get to the next series. I mean, I can say that was much more entertaining than I thought 2-2 would be. Incredibly fast, and I'm excited to see as we go further. The better the players will get and how high these limits can go. And I'm just excited. I don't know.
Well, I'm excited too, and I know for all of you, you're going to be excited here. Is again, $100 prize pool up for grabs for everybody playing in this event. Again, thanks to our sponsors and Future Form Design Labs. If you want your design needs met, go ask Future Form, because everyday ideas always turn into captivating visuals that speak to everyone, because great design belongs to all. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we will have the winners finals. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 5. This is the winners finals. As hopefully get things underway in just a moment. I'm excited to see how things will go here. This is going to be a great matchup. Excited. I'm looking forward. So, again, I'm looking forward to this. As again, I'm excited. Again, this is a best of 5, and with it being Zuptqke and Uptake, who's won multiple tournaments already, this is going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah, and I want to chime in here. The MylkMan played very solid series in the last one we just saw against Nameless, and I wonder if they're going to continue their run here, or the previous, I believe you said 2-time winner Uptake and Zenom are going to be able to shut them down here. But either way, this is going to be a head-on battle here, and I'm excited to see who can take the early lead, and who can close it out and everything like that. But 2v2 obviously a lot different 3v3, but still as exciting. I learned last series that it can be a lot faster than I imagined.
Oh yeah, I think people are always surprised at how fast this level can be, because so often these 2v2 games are actually rather slow. Because players at this level, they know how good everybody is. You don't really need to rush things when you're super good at 2v2. But this is a best of 5 in the winners finals. MylkMan now on the orange as Zuptqke's on the blue, and again, watch out for Uptake specifically. He's won multiple events before. He's not a very high-ranked player in terms of 6-mans, but he's very, very consistent in 2v2, and he always meshes well with just about anybody out there, so watch out for Uptake. If he can get things going, he's going to be a problem for MylkMan to deal with.
Yeah, we see almost instantly a scoring opportunity coming out of Uptake. Like, what was it, 10 seconds in, almost gets a crazy shot, but a great save by Manny. And now we're back here in the game. Milk going to take control. Manny gets a demo. Milk and Manny in 2v1. Sorry, I'm almost getting bumped there, but good dodge on that. He's going to have control now. No, here comes Manny. Tries to get a shot. No, Milk's going to have a shot. No, little double commit coming out from Uptake and Zenom. But Manny's going to take control here in the corner, as he should. Now Zenom's going to fake the challenge. Manny going to have over to Milk. And we've seen this last time. Milk is trying to get into those 1v1 situations as much as he can. Uptake getting bumped. Milk going to try and catch this here. Maybe pass it over. Or just take a solo play here. A little smart. He's going to take a 50. Manny's going to take it. And we're going to see them starting off with immediate pressure here.
Yeah, but this is a best of 5 though, so it's a longer match, and as expected, both these teams taking a bit more of a passive start to this game. They know it's a longer series. They know it's going to come down to being able to build up on what you have here. So, if you're either of these rosters, you want to take game 1 as a learning lesson. If you're either of these teams, learn about who your opponents are, and what they're trying to do here, and then really utilize the later games in this series to get things underway. Because last thing you want to do is get up to the start of this series and just be completely confused by how your opponents are playing and have your own playstyle figured out.
And of course, like you said, being a best of 5, that first game is going to be a learning as compared to the best of 3. The game 1 is, you would lose that, you're on match point. Now your back's against the wall immediately, compared to having a 2-game buffer here. And we're going to see maybe a little more passive gameplay coming out from both teams, but I don't know. I mean, Zuptqke starting off, they're getting very good offense compared to Nameless in last year's we saw. But Uptake's gonna have a shot, and he's gonna find it. I believe Manny got demoed there, and Milk a little overcommit from him. Not the greatest touch. Uptake with a great catch and backflip, and able to find the first goal of the series.
Well, we know that Milk and Manny have some pretty good team chemistry, but of course, the one consistent way to break team chemistry is by taking out the teammates here. So getting rid of one means that the other is a little less effective here, but there's nobody back, and MylkMan will take it. Milk has a goal here. Zuptqke took an aggressive rush on the kickoff here, and Zenom just predicted incorrectly, couldn't get the touch, and Milk will have an open net to look at.
And funnily enough, both teams actually went for a super aggressive cheat, but luckily Milk, in being that better 1v1 player, or maybe not better, but even be more experienced, he was able to land off the kickoff and just get that free goal. But it looked like both teams did go for a hard cheat, like I said. And Uptake going to go for another shot here. Milk with a great save. Zenom's going to take control. Uptake and Zenom have great pressure here. Only Milk has boost. So Zenom going to try a solo play, slowed it down. Goes for an air dribble, try and get a kill. Doesn't get it. Manny's going to run away. This could be another goal. He has no boost, so he's going to have to turn it quick here. Does, and he's going to find it. Wow, what a shot from Manny. What a recovery. And how Zuptqke didn't end up scoring here is quite interesting. Milk played very good there, not to let the ball get killed in front of his net. Very smart by him to know his teammate didn't have boost. And as you go higher up in the ranks, you realize that the awareness is just crazy at his players.
Yeah, and again, it helps as much. It helps as well when you know who you're playing with here, as MylkMan seem to know too. As Zuptqke, Zenom, they're back in it. That's a passing play in front of the net, and yet again the bumps are making a difference here for the Zuptqke roster.
And the second time a goal has been immediately bounced back. We have not seen a team be able to hold a lead for more than 10 seconds. And, when will we see that? Or we'll just go straight into overtime. Who knows? But Zuptqke going to go for an immediate shot. Does go for it. Milk does read it, though. But Manny's going to have infinite time over here. What will he try and do? Going to go for an air dribble. Maybe goes for a bump. No, goes for a 50. Doesn't quite get it. Almost a kill. Good defense by Zenom there. Zuptqke, not the greatest touch, but Zenom's going to catch it again. And the 1v1 goes for a breezy flick. Will he get it top left? No, it's going to miss. Zuptqke going to go for a shot. Is going to find it. And Manny didn't go back to defense there. A little interesting of a choice. I don't exactly know why he did that, but Milk couldn't quite get that in. Oh, he went for a boost and hesitated a little bit, and Milk was not able to get back to it. And great shot by Zuptqke off the incredible pass from Zenom, almost getting that top left breezy. That would have been a crazy shot.
I'm surprised that Milk didn't read that play off the back wall as easily as I thought he would have there, but that's the thing about Zuptqke that makes him so good at this level, even though he may not be the most, individually strong player. He just has a very good sense of what's happening around him. He has a very good recognition for the game. That's one of the reasons why he has been so successful. As that shot goes wide, he'll be taken out by Milk here as Manny Aloy with room. Milk looking to take out Zenom, but there's Zuptqke right off the spawn. Another great play for Zuptqke, and again, I mentioned he's not a very high-ranked player. Individually, you're not going to see much from him, but he has such a great awareness for the play that he always seems to make the right decision, and it benefits his team so much as it's now 4-2.
Like you mentioned before, the incredible defense by Zuptqke. You realized Zenom was getting bumped, and just to come in and cut it off, and eventually end up converting it to a goal. We see them just, outplaying the MylkMan here, and a great start from him. Great start from them. Looks like they're playing a more smart game, or at least Zuptqke is, and Zenom's that mechanical backbone. And we're gonna see a shot coming from Milk. Great infield pass. Milk top bins. There's not gonna be any saving that bar down. Zenom not getting the pinch that he wanted. Manny realizing they have no boost and passing over to Milk. Great shot from him.
Zenom just couldn't get the touch he wanted here, and as a player, and especially in 2v2, there's so much room when you give yourself up like that. So tough to recover. So tough to really prevent those kind of plays from being anything more than really good goal-scoring opportunities. This is going to bounce to the corner. Should be another goal for the MylkMan roster. Oh, they missed it! It's flicked over the net. Manny cuts them off, but Milk can't get the shot on. And MylkMan will have to wait back here a little bit more as Zuptqke still can't win this. Manny Alar, that's the word's target. But Zenom, waiting, flicks over one. Still Zenom on the move as Milk waits back. It's Zenom. He's just trying to get Milk to jump, but Milk's not going. And that is some amazing patience from Milk. It's so easy to want to jump there because Zenom, he can go in the air on those plays. He's got what it takes to do it. And that's exactly what he wants you to do too. So, patient play from Milk, and that is what allows this game to stay at a 1-goal difference. A shot save. Zenom keeps it out. 30 seconds to go here. Manny Alar and Milk need to make an opportunity happen.
And yeah, that defensive composure by Milk, insanely good. But now and Zenom's gonna find the net. He will find an open net. Where I was talking about it, but will Zenom now realize, okay, if I get a 1v1 situation against Milk, he's gonna try and bait me in, give me the ball. So Zenom, will he try and go high next time, anticipating Milk's ground play? That's the type of adaptation we need to stay ahead in this series. And I think that, based on what I've seen so far and the level of these players, I think he will be able to make that adaptation. But will Zuptqke be there for the follow-up is the question. But it looks like this is going to be the end of game one here. Almost a crazy shot coming out from Milk. But either way, Zuptqke is going to take game one. And going into game two, what changes do you think the MylkMan need to make?
Well, the thing is, they gotta be much more aware of what Zuptqke is doing, because Zuptqke, just overall as a player, he knows how to make the right decisions. So you gotta be careful with where Zuptqke is on the field, because as long as Zuptqke is involved in the play, he's going to allow Zenom to be successful. So you gotta be worried about Zuptqke if you're MylkMan, and more importantly, you just gotta make sure you get off to a better start here. It felt like by the end of this game, they just rushed themselves a little bit too much, didn't have the start they wanted, and of course, a bad start almost always cascades into something worse later down the line.
Yeah, and there was that point in the mid game actually where it just went from an even back and forth, 1 goal, and then to a Zuptqke kind of ran away with it. And I don't know exactly what point that was. It was at after that 2-2 mark. But will we see MylkMan recover? That is what we're wanting to know, and I believe in them. But they're gonna need to they're going to be a little bit more aggressive, I think, and not be as patient because they're not going to get those opportunities.
They're definitely not going to get the same opportunities as they had before here. Great part of this one as we're going to be heading into game number 2 now in this best of 5 here. So match continues here. Again, reminder that the loser of this not out of the tournament. We'll get to play in the lower finals after this, but you think if you're either of these teams that you got to perform well, you got to do well in these games, and the pressure's on to perform because again, that lower finals not an easy place to go. You don't want to be there if you're either of these teams.
And no, and going from a best of 5, you know, you go back to a best of 3, I believe, and that's not quite what you want. So you want to get the win here, secure the finals, and we're going to see immediately. Will we see a goal straight away? We will. Top right, fine from Zenom. Great kickoff, and what exactly happened here? I wasn't paying the most attention. We get it, like just a good kickoff from Zuptqke and a great cheat from Zenom. It looks like both teams are trying to hard cheat. You know, we've seen it do it almost every time, I believe, and that time Zenom coming away with it, an immediate goal for Zuptqke.
And both teams trying to play so aggressively on these kickoffs here, and it really does come down to if you can play the kickoff perfectly, you're gonna get a goal every single time from one of those. But both these teams want it. They want those goals. They want those chances. It's a risk they're willing to take here, and it's also a risk that they're willing to lose if it happens. So Zuptqke, the goal one over the pressure on MylkMan. I said it. You don't want to give a goal early because they're just gonna find more chances to really beat you down and make you panic. MylkMan went down by 1 against Zuptqke. They love this position. They love to be up in these games because once they're up, they make their opponents move to them. Once the opponents have to play to them, that leaves so much room for them to take.
And we're seeing how fast Zuptqke's offense is compared to MylkMan here, and the difference it makes. We're going to see another immediate offensive chance. Zenom loves doing that jump straight down. And what a shot by him! My goodness, what do we even see here? Goes for it looks like a jump fake, makes Manny jump, goes back down, jumps over him, and then gets a shot over Milk on the instant shot. Zuptqke just watching from behind. I mean, my goodness, what a shot out of Zenom, and what realization to insta-go that time against Milk. Rather than waiting and letting Milk get what he wants. You know, that's the adaptation I was talking about. And we see it coming out almost immediately into game 2. But what a start in the first minute of this game.
Yeah, Zenom looks pretty good. He was a pretty high-scoring player last game around here. But that dribble really feels bad for the MylkMan roster. But hey, they got to go back as both Zuptqke players were hanging out in the corner. Nobody was covering the nets. And Manuel saw that immediately.
And what a read. Insta-go. Insta flip into that, and Zenom, they're stuck in the corner. Couldn't get back to it. A little unfortunate for them, if you are them, but they'll recover from that. I don't think that will phase them very much. They're up by 2. They'll be able to you know, recompose here, and we see MylkMan getting a breakaway here, but both of them have 0 boost. How will they go about this? Zuptqke gonna get a good touch off the backboard. Milk still has no boost. Zenom gonna put a shot on. This could be a good shot for him. No, Milk gonna pass it away. It should be Zuptqke's ball. He has 50 boosts here, straight up the ceiling. This is going to be very awkward for Manny. And Manny's going to find the squishy save. Holy cow. It was 0 boost, too. Now Milk's going with 100, booms it away. Go ahead and take control here. He will. Goes for maybe a double down and pass to Manny and finds it. No, does not find the goal. Almost good opportunity, though. Zuptqke going to take it, and Milk gets a good bump. Going to pass it away. Let Manny have control of the ball here in a 1v2 situation. Will he go for a reset? Pop, he will. And he is not going to find it.
No, that was close as well. Right off the back post, and you think if Milk can challenge in that play, the bounce a little bit nicer for him. That's a goal for MylkMan. That's what they want. That's the kind of play you want in that position. You want to make a play where you get that net in front of you, but it'll be MylkMan still, as they've had the majority of the offense after this first minute has come and gone. The next minute has been entirely MylkMan, as only 1 goal so far, but you think that second is soon to come. As Zenom, we gotta be careful, because Milk's right there. 1 bad move, and Milk will score.
Even on the defense, playing, look how, you know, patient Milk's being, and you know, you can't play patient on offense against him. You can't slow down. You can't slow down on defense. He's just going to eat you up. They're going to have to realize, okay, now we have to speed it up on offense against him. Now on defense, we're going to just have to get it out of the way. You know, Milk being that 1v1 player, the fake challenges are going to be, you know, excellent, and the low 50s are just going to be unstoppable. And we see, you know, Milk immediately catching in here, getting another offensive chance. Only down by 1 now. Looking like the recovery is back in sight. Now Zenom going to take control off of Milk, stealing it from him. In a 1v1, Manny already up. Milk gonna hit it back in a 1v1 situation. Look over here, will he beat? He will. This is gonna be the third goal. This is gonna be a tie up from the MylkMan. What a recovery from them to bring this game back, and a little defensive breakdown by Zuptqke here, and that is not something you want to see if you're Zuptqke.
Yeah, no, an update there. He read that bounce correctly. He just didn't get the touch he wanted on that. He just barely couldn't get the center of the ball there, and I mean, that's all they needed. All they needed was one good play, one good chance, and one opening to take. And now MylkMan, after a pretty strong deficit from the first minute, have already come back in the next minute and a half. As here goes Zuptqke. Milk keeps him out. Zenom won't go as MylkMan again with room. Now Zenom goes, but it's a bit too late here. Milk's got space. He's got the dunk. This ball will roll in off of the touch from Manny Alar. Zuptqke hesitated. Zenom didn't go very early there, and he just left Zuptqke out to dry. MylkMan now take the lead as it's 4 goals straight.
We cannot preface enough how incredible Milk's 50s are this game. I mean, this series, like, and in general. I mean, he's just every 50 and every, he's so patient and seems like so calculated. And Milk could have another shot here. Gonna get an air dribble, goes for a pop reset, doesn't quite get it. Those in him. Good defense. Goes for a pass. No, man, he's gonna instant shot. This is gonna be straight down. Could we see a shot? What a touch by him! He's gonna find it. Oh my goodness! What a shot! It's like a little pre-flip, little butt touch here. This is what you love to see. What a second touch there from Manny. We don't want to gloss over that. And was that touch accidental for it? It kind of looked like it. That third touch there to score. Maybe it was, but regardless, what a shot coming out of him.
I can tell you, knowing Manalar, that was definitely intentional from him. You don't flip off the wall like that, and because when you flip off the wall like that, you stay in the air. If he's trying to recover on that play, you would never go for something like that. So that's intentional from the MylkMan roster, and it completely fooled Zuptqke. And it's not something that you see often when you play up back wall like that, because it's so tough to make that play. As that's an open net. Ooh, Zuptqke missed this one. It will be Zenom to clear, Zuptqke to keep it out away, but a low boost here for Zenom and Zuptqke, and MylkMan just always going back to their own side of the field, taking boost and resetting from their own back wall. They know the air is open for them. They know that as long as they keep the ball in their possession, Zuptqke really can't challenge them there.
I do realize that, and this team, I feel the MylkMan are going to be very good at holding a lead. They're just going to keep it close, play those 50-50s, and 50 it to each other, and that's just going to be their end of their game here. I say there probably will not be another goal this game, if I had to guess. But who knows? We might see something happen on his Zuptqke. Zuptqke going to try and get an air dribble past Milk. Doesn't find it though. Zenom has no boost, has to leave. Zuptqke going to take it in a 1v2 situation now. Zuptqke going to get beat. Now Manny is in a 1v1. Doesn't find he's on 0 boost. Milk going to take it in a 1v1 against a 0 boost Zuptqke. Zenom realizes that has to jump, cuts it off. And Manny going to come and take their corner. And this is what I was talking about, is keeping possession, keeping the way. They don't even have to score here. They just have to keep it out of the orange half or even out of Zuptqke's possession. And this is all they need. And we'll be seeing game number 3.
And Manular, he'll get another one here just for good measure. MylkMan continuing to score, continuing to make life tough for their opponents. And that's going to be exactly what they want here. 23 seconds left. And you really feel like now there's really no questions about how good these teams are and what they're wanting to do. MylkMan's going to take the second game, and just like we saw in the last series, game 1 was a bit weak for MylkMan. They were slow, they couldn't really get things going, but after one game, they've already adapted, and my goodness, they do not look like they're going to slow down at all here. So, MylkMan, after again a weak game 1, we might see again them completely run through their opponents.
What a bump by Manny there. I mean, that's really just securing the game, but what a comeback from that devastating start. 3 goals scored on you in 45 seconds. And you think, I mean, just what a comeback. I can't press that enough. And you're going to be 1-1 in the series here. And I really don't think that Zuptqke need to change anything, to be honest. I mean, I think they're playing pretty well. It's just maybe a little bit more aggressive on defense. But, their offense looks fine whenever they can get on it. But either way, MylkMan going to take game 2. And we're going to see 1-1 in the series.
Yeah, for Zuptqke now, they got to really pick up the pace here, because MylkMan, as a team, again, just are showing you what makes them so good in a match like this. So it's going to be scary. It's going to be they're going to be scary. They're going to be confident, and they're going to try to keep things going like this one. As a reminder, loser of this match goes to the lower finals. So it's now tied 1-1. This is already going to be a pretty long series, as we can see, and these players still have a lot to prove here, Averded. Before we go into Game 3, you said there wasn't much for Zuptqke to change, and I want to hear why you think that is. Why do you think Zuptqke need to change nothing going into Game 3, even with Game 2 looking, like pretty bad for them at the end of this game. A 4-goal difference.
I mean, I think the reason I say that is because like their offense looks really strong. Zenom adapted really well, got some nice shots off, good solo plays, and he's shown he can score on them multiple times. But like I said, I backed up on that a little bit and said they do need to change something where they need to speed up on defense a little bit, or maybe dodge the bumps, I guess. But either way, I think they're playing very good, and they know that too. They just need to play confident and keep their speed up, and they'll be able to, I think, be able to keep it a lot closer than that game seemed to be.
See how that goes here, as now game 3, match point on the line to go to the grand finals. Reminder, the winner of this match, not only do they go to the grand finals, get to skip the lower finals, also get a game advantage in a best of 5. That's a huge advantage. Teams rarely win from the lower finals in these Serenyx League tournaments, so the winner of this likely is going to be the one that wins this entire tournament. That's usually where the tournament comes down to, is this winner's finals. So for Zuptqke, after the beatdown they received in game 2, I'm going to need to do a lot to make sure that does not happen again, as, again, MylkMan have proven after one game of learning, they are very, very good from there on out, as they're going to start with the lead as well here. Milk, from his own side of the field, catches Zuptqke on a very awkward rotation. Zenom it just took too long. He thought he had room, he clearly didn't have it, and MylkMan will gladly take the first goal of this important third game.
And I don't even think he thought he had room. I think that was just a big hesitation out of him. We saw him, do a little wiggle there, and that's usually indication, and also late jump indication of a very big hesitation, and that's not something you want to see. Especially, I believe you said these players, being ranked B, B+, and up, they're going to be SSL, and that's not, you cannot have hesitation in this high of a rank. And if he continues that, this will be it'll keep going in this direction. We need to see a regain from Zenom. He's gonna get a shot on. Milk is gonna be able to save it. Will Uptake follow up? No, he won't. He had so much time there, he could have caught it. Gonna end up hitting it away though. Manny gonna play a little patient, has 0 boost. Zenom gonna get around him. It's a 1v2. Almost finds it. No, Uptake has low boost. He's playing a little close here. Not what you really want to see. Milk on the getaways. Zenom gonna follow him in the air. It's a little funny. And Uptake gonna pass Zenom. Zenom has a breakaway here. It's a 1v1 situation. Will he be able to score on Milk? Milk has 0 boost here. What will he do? He won't find it. And great challenge by Manny there. Come up from behind.
Yeah, Manny makes it awkward there because, as you said, Milk didn't have boost. He didn't really have a way to challenge easily. He can't go in the air for that. Manny Alar, all he does is he goes behind, he takes out the passing option, and then he challenges from behind, makes him move a little bit too fast for himself. And that's all that Zenom needed. That's all he needed to force Zenom off the ball and give his team some time, as now they've got offense again. Manny Alar, low boost, can put this one on Zenom. He'll get the block as he'll chase down Milk. Manny to the sidewall, still with room as Uptake can't go early. Now he will. It's a free challenge, and he'll clear it out as Zenom waiting. Milk will get another early touch. A demo means Manny Alar not in the play. Milk with room. The flick will go wide. Uptake missed. It will roll in front for Manny's save away as Uptake stood in front of it. And this Zuptqke roster holding on for dear life. The demos are helping them out here, as MylkMan had a lot of time on offense, couldn't score, courtesy of that defense, as Zenom not in. Uptake, another block. Now it's Manny who brings the defense, and still only a 1-goal difference here, but both teams really asking the tough questions here as 2v1. Milk will save, nobody back. It's wide open as Manny will chase down Zenom. He won't need to. It's a 2-0 lead.
Oh my goodness, what a session there. Back-to-back offense on both sides. But if you notice, the way the players take control on offense is they cross the field horizontally on the other opposing team's side, and they pass it back. That's how they let each other get boost. And even if the pressured team is getting boost as well, you can't really stop the attacking team's offense whenever they have possession like that. And I'm noticing, and I'm picking that up, that it's a very common tactic they're using, and I'm actually gonna probably start doing that in my games. But we see almost a great shot there coming out from Milk. A great save by Zenom though, and Uptake gonna try his best. He has 0 boost now, but Zenom's gonna maybe pre-jump off the wall. He does, misses it a little bit though. Uptake gonna have to go here. Milk goes first. Manny just waiting on this as second here, and Uptake go first. No, it's gonna be a 2v1. Uptake misses, backflips, and Zenom is super awkward. What will he try and do? Control, and Manny gets demoed. Zenom, Uptake in a 2v1. Zenom, no, he could just pass it over there. Believed he would have got it over Milk if he flicked it. But then Milk gonna take Uptake instant challenge. Good play by him. Manny's gonna boom it right back in. This player, Manny, super aware, knows when to boom, when to play fast, when to go for a demo. I mean, just insane second man for Milk, and just this is a great duo. I can't get enough.
Yeah, seriously, there's one of the reasons why this team is doing so well is because they have such a good team work. That's amazing! Milk and Manny again, and every once in a while we'll see a play like this from them where they find those passes and they just find that chemistry. They've already shown tonight they're going to do it a couple of times, and that perfect time for the pass goes right behind the defense, and MylkMan, while they haven't scored as much as they did in the last game, they've given up 0 goals. This has been a much better performance from them, and that is a worrying sign for Zuptqke if this game is a lot better from MylkMan, because it just shows that they can elevate even more than they did last game.
Actually seeing the ball is not even leaving this blue side. It's probably, you know, we're probably looking at an 80-20 split right now on the offensive pressure. But this duo has been cooking it up, and Zuptqke and Zenom really have not had an answer for the MylkMan offense. And that shot by Manny, can we go back? That was crazy. What a read off the ground into the bounce. And Zenom with a great wall redirect, but Milk's gonna be there to boom it away. Manny's not there, unfortunately, but Manny, okay, never mind. Manny is there to go for a shot, but Zenom's he's gonna have time. Milk's all the way back in his corner. Zenom has unlimited time. He sees Milk off the ceiling. Will he go for above? No. Milk, amazing first man defense. Manny gonna be in a 1v1 against Zuptqke. No boost though. He won't be able to find anything. Zuptqke with a touch into the corner. He's gonna follow it up. Zenom, and now in a 1v1 against Milk. We've seen this dozens of times. Will he be able to capitalize here? He will. Gets the irritable bump. What a shot by him. And finally, he converts on a 1v1. How many times it's even a 1v1 against Milk where he just has not converted or led to a conversion? That's got to be a morale boost for him.
It definitely is, and so often he hasn't been able to score because Manny has been right behind him. This play, though, Manny didn't have boost. He ran right into Zuptqke, who slowed him down and essentially gave Zenom all the time he needed to do whatever he needed to do in the air. And so often you see players at this level go in the air and go for that irritable bump because rarely does that play not work. But unfortunately for Zuptqke, they are running out of time here, and they're not going to get another chance. So it's going to be a 2-1 series lead. They may have scored late, but it will only be that one goal. That's their positive. MylkMan will take game 3 and are now 1 away from a spot in the grand finals.
And this game was a lot weaker offensively from Zuptqke, and we noticed the only types of offense they go for this game have been Zenom on a solo play, and you know, unfortunately, it's been against Milk every single time. I mean, it's been how many times that game where they in a 1v1 and Milk comes out on top, except for one, and that's gonna, you know, back to game 1 where Zuptqke won. They were passing each other. Zuptqke was getting involved. He was, you know, making the defense super awkward. You know, regardless of, you know, Milk's amazing patience. You know, he's hitting it around him, getting great passes mid. We're not seeing that this game. Where, you know, they need to go back to getting each other more involved and playing just more confident. I think they're still like trying to play safe and only allowing Zenom to 1v1, and that's, you know, that's not always going to work.
Oh, we now know MylkMan have a chance to take the series here in a 3-1 scoreline, as the lower finals is likely to be set after this game as well, because the lower semifinals is currently ongoing. And again, a important match here, because this Manny Alara Milk side, I mean, they just continue to elevate, it seems, more and more every single game. So we go into game 4, and MylkMan can take the series here, go to the grand finals, and send Zuptqke to the lower bracket. A lot of pressure now on Zuptqke to keep this play going, but Milk and Manny have proven so far what they're made of, and they're already trying to get off to a good start as they've got offense first. Manny looking for net, just didn't have the boost for it. As Zuptqke clears, Milk will wait back, and MylkMan waiting for another chances. Now it will be Milk who takes that dribble and gets by one. The bump on Zuptqke means the net's wide open, and it will go in. Another game where it is Manny and Milk who score first.
This play out of Manny again, this insane first man gameplay out of Manny. I mean, he's just like, his awareness is it's incredible. I mean, to know obviously to know when to go up and when to go back, he's insanely good at that. When to go for a bump, when not to, and the Zuptqke do not have an answer for him. He's really just doing everything, and Milk obviously holding back on defense, playing super patient, letting Manny get back where he needs to be. This is really just a perfect combination for a duo, and they're going to find another one here off the pass from Milk. Manny is going to get the free shot, and they really, whenever it looks like they're on their game, they really do not have any holes. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Zuptqke that this roster wants to do consistently, they've always wanted to send Zuptqke up to get demos. Unfortunately, Zuptqke's not done very well in that game plan. It's really what he's known for, is those demos. But against Manny and Milk, they've just been a lot faster than he has been at getting those plays. And That means that whenever Uptake pushes up, really all he's doing is he's overcommitting. He's committing and he's not getting anything for his work. And for Zenom and Uptake, they need those demos to be successful, but Milk and Manny, they have not let them have any, and that's really just cut off anything that Zuptqke wants to do. Anything that they want to achieve, it relies on getting those demo plays, and because they haven't got them, they don't have an offense to work with, then that just means slowly but surely, MylkMan are just going to continue to work away at them here as Uptake can't put it on. It'll be off the back corner as now. Boost taken. Zenom to the back wall as Milk's going to race up here to challenge him. Will get bumped out the way, but Manny clears. Uptake pushed up very high for that, and now they got to go all the way back. MylkMan's going to get boost and recover, and that means for Zuptqke, they've got to restart from square one.
You were talking earlier about Uptake trying to get those demos, but he's finding it really difficult because Manny is just, his first man pressure is just insane, and Uptake really can't leave Zenom in that 1v1 scenario that he wants to, and Manny can because he knows his teammate is incredible at the 1v1, insane patience, and he can come out on top in a 1v1 about, it looks like 95% of the time, and Manny's just incredible confidence in his teammate, and maybe Uptake doesn't have the same level of confidence in Zenom, and that's why we're not seeing the insane offensive plays from him, and going for demos and everything. But that just shows level of different level of confidence in each other that MylkMan have.
As here goes Manular again, half the game still to go as Zenom leaves it in front of the net. He can't go for this though. That means Milk and Manny can probably score again as this is gonna bounce on off the back wall. Uptake clears, but it's straight back to Milk, and look at this again, all the way back to his own wall. He's not taking any chances as he'll pull out the players from Zuptqke. One back in Zenom. Flip reset. Milk to the nets. 3-0, and MylkMan continue to accelerate.
Great shot by Milk here. Just like chessboard, or not chessboard. What do I say? Just stat book. What am I trying to say? It's textbook. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm looking for. Textbook play. Pop reset over the last man, and great shot by him. We're gonna see Zenom here having the offense immediately. Manny has no boost. Essentially a 1v1. No, Manny is gonna grab some pads and jump for it though. But Uptake gonna have the ball in a 1v1 against Milk. Manny cuts him off again, and that is their defense. Is Manny cutting off the first man? Milk is playing patient second, and it seems to work. I mean, neither team, Nameless or Zuptqke, has been able to break through. I'm sorry, and Zuptqke's gonna have a shot. Zenom went and does not get it though, and it's open. If Milk can get a pass mid here, does, but Manny is not ready for it. And it's going to be an open net the other way. Will Uptake be able to get it, though? He will, and they're going to find their first goal of the game with, I believe, more time than last game, whenever they got one. This is a good look here, and it looks like, again, Uptake going to be able to score. But what I'm noticing is that MylkMan, a lot of times, do have low boosts on defense, and will Zuptqke be able to abuse that?
Let's see here, but, I mean, there's still a lot of time to go, still many chances to come back in this game. You can't count out Zenom and Uptake here as Manny won't get the challenge, but he leaves it for Milk. Uptake does go for it as Alar has a little bit of room. That one pinched off of Uptake, and that's going to go all the way back to the corner here as Zenom will hold on to it. Another chance for Zenom to really make some magic happen as the dribble. Man, Milk does not let him get anything there, and Alar clears. Uptake. Back wall will be one where Milk does need to really go for this one, and MylkMan just again patient, waiting, letting that time tick away as Zuptqke slowly but surely running out of boost, running out of that positioning. Now they've got to give it up entirely here as Milk challenged by Uptake. Alar trying to find some offense. That touch. Oh, Zenom doesn't get it there. That could have been an open net as Manny will stay on this one. One-on-one with Uptake. The dribble. Great job from Uptake. Backs up into the play. And with a minute to go, Zuptqke down by 2, need something to happen soon. They're running out of time. They haven't had that many opportunities to begin with. And now in the final minute, they need 2, and they need both of them to go in. It's open. This will be a goal for Zenom. 39 seconds left. Zuptqke, can they make it happen?
We noticed, I believe that was that the first demo they've gotten all series? I haven't really been paying attention, but it's definitely the first demo that's led to a goal. And that's good for them, and maybe they realize they need to try and incorporate it more if they can. But Milk, a good delayed kickoff there. Manny gonna just go for a reset. Doesn't actually get it though. I'm taking a follow up, and this could just be straight in. No, Milk fast on the defense. He's gonna try and keep it close. Zuptqke is gonna get an open net, and they're gonna tie up the game off a missed touch from Milk. This is not what we want to see, and that is the first defensive. It looks like defensive mistake we've seen on the Milk all night long, and that is very impressive out of him. But either way, very good heads up play from Uptake to pass it mid there and just re-tie up this game and put them back in the game here with 30 seconds. But they're already Zuptqke a start up on offense again though. Milk not gonna let them get close. Sorry, and they're gonna take control here. Both players now having full boost. Milk just taking it cross back and forth, has 0. Zenom has to leave the play. He's not going to, though. He's going to opt to backflip. That gives Manny a free setup, though. Good bump from Uptake. Not to let Manny have that. Manny stays on it, though. Even 0 boost. And Milk going to play patient.
Ooh.
Almost gets the bottom left. Doesn't find it, though. Zenom going to try his best to get it out. And we will be seeing overtime here in game 2. Possibly. Maybe a 0-second goal. Milk going to come in for a shot. He does find it.
Oh,
it's in! 0-second goal from Milk. I thought we were in overtime.
No overtime needed. The MylkMan side will win this series on a 0-second play. And it was Milk who gave up that third goal to Zuptqke earlier. A mistake. You said it, Averded. He hasn't made many tonight. That one could have been costly, but the goal at the end, a huge victory. And MylkMan, Maniolar, and Milk are now in the grand finals with a game advantage.
They pulled the whole Paul George no OT tonight play. What a pass out of Manny and a great shot from Milk. Just solid play. Zuptqke a little overcommitted, and they just maybe just like me thought it was like, oh, just it's going down. There's no chance, but you can't be confident until the ball hits the ground at this level. There's always a chance if the ball is within reach. And what a series by the MylkMan. They look unstoppable right now. One mistake out of Milk, and that's just so rare. I feel like we're not going to see very many of those.
No, we won't, but you gotta take everyone you can get here. But Averded, that's the winners finals. That means for MylkMan, they will be in the upper finals here, the grand finals here, with a 1-game advantage. The lower bracket, Nameless Kings have made the run in the lower bracket, so, what a match it's gonna be coming up pretty soon here. Nameless Kings and Zuptqke. We're guaranteed at least some form of a rematch in the grand finals. This upcoming match will be best of 3, but what a match it is. Nameless Kings making that run. We're going to go to a break, everybody. When we come back, a best of 3, the lower finals. And, of course, the last chance to see any team make the grand finals. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the Serenyx League 2v2, Blitz number 5, and this is the lower finals here, so we go back to a best of 3. Zuptqke just lost the upper bracket, losing 3 games straight to their opponents, so gonna be a tough performance for them here, as now they're gonna take on Nameless Kings here, who we saw earlier lose to MylkMan in a 3-game series. Nameless Kings are a solid team here, Averded, and now that they've got some momentum behind them in the lower bracket, Zuptqke's got a real tough task to do here to get back in the grand finals.
And these teams are both looks like very offensive oriented, and now we're moving away from Milk and Manny, the more Milk being the passive 1v1 player, very solid, to now we're just gonna have all aggressive offense, and I'm excited to watch this match. This is gonna be very interesting, and will Sly be able to keep up the same level of gameplay as he was in the last series? Because he looked great last series, but looks like the players are lagging a little bit. But either way, we're gonna start off here. Nameless gonna have possession immediately, and Zenom gonna try his best to keep it close now. And Wisty in a 1v1 against Zenom. Zenom gonna try and hit it to the corner. No, Wisty playing very solid, very patient. Sly can pass over to Sly here. No, Wisty's gonna take it. And now Zuptqke playing a little slow. Gets a great 50. Will be able to follow this. No, Wisty is gonna keep it on his backboard, and Sly going for a bump, doesn't quite get it though. Wisty in a 1v1, great fake, now in a 1v1 against Zenom. Not gonna get it. And now Sly gonna try his best to jump. No, in Nameless's corner, and back and forth already.
Yeah, it is, and I think for Nameless Kings, if there's anybody here who wants that win, it's gonna be Wisty. He's been multiple 2v2 Blitz tournaments before. He's won 2 of our 1v1 gauntlets, but he has not won a 2v2 Blitz yet here on the Serenyx League. So he's looking for his first here as well, and with Sly helping him out, they'll get goal 1 for Wisty. That's 1 step closer to a grand finals appearance, I believe his first in the 2v2 Blitz, and what he is hoping to be maybe his first win in the 2v2 Blitz as well, as he continues to try to walk things forward.
And they have a big mountain to climb, but they have to get past this opponent first. And you see a little softer cheat coming out from Wisty compared to last series, where it looked like all hard cheats. Actually, the last 2 series it was all hard cheats. And Sly almost gonna get another one there off a great 50, but Zenom gonna get it away and bump his teammate a little bit. Now gonna be in a 1v1 against Sly. Sly, good fake, keep it close. Will he try and get it past mid? He won't. Wisty gonna opt not to commit for that. Now he does. Zuptqke gonna get a breakaway. Zenom gonna have a shot, goes for a double tap. Sly has low boost. Sly gonna cut it off though. Good cut by him. Wisty has no boost. A great demo by Sly. Sly's gonna be 1v1. Not the greatest touch. Could find the top right here. He won't. Tries to play patient. Zenom gonna cut it off immediately. Wisty gonna go for a double. Zenom has 100 boost waiting here. Is gonna find the defense. Sly a little close. Sly gonna keep it in, and Zuptqke with a good challenge. And now Zenom gonna be away for the shot. Is not gonna find it though. Zuptqke gonna have a shot and finds the bottom left to equalize.
Yeah, right there, Nameless Kings ran into each other, so not able to get back fast enough here, as it will be Zuptqke who just follows up the touch from Zenom. And you think there for, again, Nameless Kings, one of the big issues they're going to have in this tournament is that they don't know each other that well. They don't have that chemistry that a lot of these other players do have. And well, for Wisty and Sly trying to, again, get what would be their first 2v2 Blitz victories here, they're up against it here. Again, Zuptqke has won a couple events in the Serenyx League, and again, I believe he's won 2 2v2 Blitzes himself. So against someone who has as much experience as Zuptqke does, he's been here for a very long time. He's been in many of these events. He's going to be in many more afterwards, I'm almost certain. They got a tough task here as Zenom with room. Wisty waiting back, but it's a flip reset. Wisty gets that block. Here goes Zuptqke. The shot not going to be threatening. The Nameless Kings, who are now on rather awkward positions here, have now got to contend with a defensive play that's going to be tough, as now it is open for Zenom. He got the demo on Wisty, and from there on out, it is now a 2-1 lead. A
good play by him to get past one. Gets the demo and back into the zap dash. What a bounce for him. Very blessed there. It doesn't matter. He'll take it. And Zenom just, incredible beat. Insanely fast. And looks like he got his confidence back from last series, and that's what you love to see. If you're him, he knows now there's really not much to lose. He has to play his best or he's going to be out. And, for him, he's like all, guns blazing. He's going quick. And now we're going to see Wisty pass to Sly. Sly going to try. Both Zuptqke players jump for that ball, though. Wisty going to take control. Goes over one. Zenom on the backboard. Going to try and catch it. Sly up. Gets it past one. Not going to be any threat, though. And Zuptqke going to keep it close. They both have no boost, so Zuptqke doing what he can to get boost. Sly going to go for a shot. Is going to find it behind Zuptqke, and Zuptqke getting caught on no boost for quite a bit there. Good 10-15 seconds. They had very, very low, if not zero boost, and that's not really what you want to see and players like Wisty and Sly are they're gonna capitalize on that every time. They're gonna keep up that pressure, and they're gonna get a goal.
With the speed that the Nameless Kings are playing at, boost is definitely going to be something that they've got to worry about really taking control of, because if they don't get boost, Zuptqke's going to really capitalize on it here, as Zenom leaves it for Uptake as the Nameless Kings wait back. Wisty have a tank to work with there. As again, reminder for all of you watching, Nameless Kings went to lower bracket because of a 2-1 loss to the MylkMan side, who are now in the grand finals. So you really feel like the Nameless Kings you got a terrible draw in your upper semifinals when you have to play against MylkMan, and well, now's your chance to prove that it is such the case. As Wisty, Sly, that's on target, but there is nothing threatening about that one. It is a wide open net. Zuptqke scores the other way as Nameless Kings gave themselves up far too easily.
And a little double commit there, maybe, or an over commit rather from Wisty. He could have just hit that once and went back, passed it to Sly, but it looks like he maybe flipped into it and threw himself out of the play. Not what we want to see. And Zuptqke just immediate counterattack. Good follow up by them to retake the lead here. But Zuptqke gonna take control now. Gets past Wisty. Gets a good bump onto Uptake. No, Sly's gonna take it. Can't see through Zenom. Gonna get a good pass. This is gonna be a goal. Maybe no. Wisty is a good play. Now in a 1v1 situation, will he be able to beat Uptake in the 1v1? Gets a good fake, and that's just straight in. I mean, Wisty's mentioned before, he's a 1v1 player, but even on this, he's on a big disadvantage. And every ounce of word, he's still not going to lose this 1v1. Uptake really had no chance there. I mean, Wisty had so many options, decides to go for the fake, and then the flick, and finds it. Great equalizer.
It's exactly what you want there if you are this Nameless King side. As they're going to get another one off the kickoff. Sly will get the last touches. It is his kickoff that really allows this to work, and he goes completely side on, so he's losing that kickoff no matter what. It's just that he loses it in a way where it goes back to Wisty. And Nameless Kings, a perfectly executed kickoff plan, and now they're in the lead.
Great kickoff by Sly. He actually has had a pretty consistent kickoff this whole time. I don't think we've ever had a complete disaster by trying to go for one of those. But Uptake can have a free shot here off the demo from Zenom. I don't think Wisty was getting back to it anyway. But it looks like maybe a missed touch out of Sly, or it's a miss. Oh, wow, actually. Good touch from Zenom. I didn't even see that. And Uptake gets the bottom left. What a response and a great equalizer. And going into this possession, high-scoring game here. Something you made a little interesting out of game one, but like I said before, it's all offense for these two teams, so that's what you're kind of expected. But Zenom gets a great save there. Uptake gonna take it up the wall. Gonna have possession. It's gonna be in a 1v1 situation. He will go over one, maybe get a 50 here. Goes low. Sly not gonna gets a good 50 there to Wisty. Wisty has no boost. I'm gonna follow up. Zenom gonna maybe pass. No, Uptake gonna opt to leave it for Zenom. Let's again Zenom be in another solo play. Seems to be their way to go. Now Uptake in a 1v1 against Sly. This should be a goal. It is. Bottom right finds it. Sly is having no boost, slightly out of position. And Uptake just, the realizing that Sly, no matter what he does, has turned here, he cannot get back to it. Great realization. Insta flick. Now they're up by one.
And a big mistake there from Wisty off that ceiling. He was looking for that touch as well, just could not get on the end of it. And Nameless Kings down by one late in this first game of this best of three. And reminder, because it's a best of three, if you lose one, boy, you're already on the chopping block. So Zuptqke in the pressure on. That's a great demo. Uptake bumped out the way. It's Wisty with room. The flip reset goes high. Sly doesn't have boost, and Uptake will send it away. It is... Oh, it's gone wide. He missed the open net. Wisty, one last chance given to him. Flicked up. Zenom saves. It's hit the floor. Zuptqke just need one last touch, but it's Wisty to go. Uptake to the floor. Game one is theirs.
And risky challenge right there, Zenom at the end, jumping to the ceiling, just instant challenging, and we actually saw Uptake get demoed by Sly. So if if the ball would have got past him, that would have been, they would have tied it up. But Zenom being confident, going for it, and my word, and they obviously Zuptqke missed the open net, but who cares? They were still up, and a great performance out of both teams. But I mean, I don't really know what to say that they need to change. Both teams are playing pretty well. Both are, I think, getting what they want. It's just a little unfortunate one way compared to the other. And I think this game, too, will be more of the same. We might see it swing the other way, though.
I think we need to see that rotation clean up a little bit from Nameless Kings. A couple awkward plays, a couple misses that really came down to just rotations that weren't on the same page. And if their rotations can recover, if they can clean things up a little bit, as you said, they don't need to change much to get to outplay Zuptqke. They just need to change a little bit, tweak a little bit on those rotations, and they could potentially really run over Zuptqke. Because once you start getting goals on Zuptqke, as we've seen before, Zuptqke can fall apart here, so Nameless Kings, that's what they're going to look to do in Game 2, because now their tournament is on the line. They lose one more game, and their tournament is over. Zuptqke have them on the ropes. Nameless Kings need an answer, and they'll need it here, or else their run is over.
And I think you were right about the rotations. They do need to change up the fact that they are overcommitting a little bit, but Wisty going to try his best there. Did almost snuck it in the bottom left. A Sly going to go off the ceiling here. Has time. Great first touch. You're going to get a reset. Going to try. No. Stop ties in him. Wisty going to take it to the corner. Going to go for the corner here. He's not really going to find much. He's going to leave it for Sly possibly. He will fall straight in. It will. Zuptqke not prepared for it. Zuptqke is just not ready for this. And it makes you think Zuptqke is not in the greatest spot here. I mean, he's really not defending much being in that spot. He needs to be a little further back. But it's a great shot coming out from Sly and off the handoff from Wisty. That's what you love to see.
The Zuptqke pushed up too high. You said it exactly right there, Averded. He just was in the wrong spot, played up too aggressively, and got caught doing so. As now the other way, Sly will get the block. As Zenom will bump him, but into the boost, so Nameless Kings have time as Zuptqke will wait behind Sly. Zenom won't go as he almost got demoed there by Wisty. Sly with room. Now the fake on Zenom will work as a play out to Wisty, but again, Wisty not with much. He really doesn't have much he can do here. Does get the flick, but it's Zuptqke to clear. The bump will open up some space, but Zuptqke not moving fast enough. It will be Nameless Kings back. Nameless Kings with some control, and now Nameless Kings with more plays to work with on offenses. Sly and Wisty trying to make things happen. Oh, but Zenom never let them. That's a big challenge. I thought Zuptqke were going to let them play this one, but they saw that there was a little opening here off the split reset from Sly, and Zenom takes it and scores it.
And not the first touch Sly wanted. He was kind of forced to go for that weird flip reset play, and that is definitely not what he wanted. And Zenom realized that and took a free shot. And I mean, see it come out and equalize up the game again. Zenom extremely fast on that, and he's going to realize his mistakes every time. But here back on the field, Wisty is going to go for it looks like a cross map. No, he's going to drop it down. Did not want to get instant challenge by Zuptqke. He will get instant challenge anyway, and this could be another shot. Doesn't find it. Zenom not that close. It's originally going to demo, but that's going to throw him out of play. And Sly has no boost here, else he'd be able to go for another touch, and possibly would have been a goal. Sly, great touch to take the boost. Insane play, good flip by him. Wisty going to come in and take it. Doesn't quite find it though. Sly playing patient, and Zuptqke a little tripping over each other a little bit. I see Nameless Kings up pretty far. They need to slow down the play, which they do. Missy drop down to Sly. Sly is going to find it. Top bins. Great shot from Sly, and we've seen that twice now. 2 goals where Wisty kind of just hands it off, and Sly takes the free shot, and Zuptqke is not prepared for it.
Everybody was on low boost there for Zuptqke. They could not challenge. And Wisty, being the ever so smart player that he is, he ever so intelligent when it comes to this field. I mean, he already knows that they don't have boost. He already knows the opening is there for them. He also knows he doesn't need to shoot there. He doesn't have the best angle on that one, so let's see. He lets Sly walk in, take that spot, as now he's made a mistake. Sly got to get ready for this, as Wisty will get the play there, as 3 goals so far this game, as Zenom, Sly will chase him down. Now he's going to be pushed out the way as Zenom take out Wisty. Oh my, what a play from Wisty. Zenom is back, but that touch is only going to serve as a play that Wisty can work with as Zenom. Now it's Sly as Wisty lets him go. Zenom up the back wall. And Zuptqke will play this one as Zuptqke 1 goal down, 1 game up. Sly again. Wisty. Oh, it's faked through. Zenom will get that block. Wisty want to race the play. Almost beat him to it. And Zuptqke just trying to find any opening here, but the Nameless Kings continuing to just control that boost and control the play with it.
And Wisty is, it looks like very just methodical in the offense. That Zuptqke are just kind of getting, faked out by him. They're getting beat. They're giving Wisty opportunities that maybe he shouldn't be getting. But it's hit him. What a way to stay on that ball. Oh my gosh. And it will end up being a goal for Zuptqke. And how did he stay on this? It looks like he got bumped into staying on. What a pass from him, and Zuptqke just maybe not even prepared for it, but since he was facing forward, he was just there and in the right position for that. And that is not something you see every day. What a shot out of them. And immediately here, what an equalizer. And Zem's going to take control immediately here, as Wisty has no boost. But now it's going to be Zuptqke on the ball. Sly got 100 boost, and ball fakes out Zuptqke, goes for a bump, doesn't quite get it. Zenom jumped over him. Wisty going to play a little slow. Knows he may have to get back. not the greatest touch, but Zenom takes it back. Could have let Zuptqke have that one and actually kind of slow down their offense a little bit. Now Zuptqke gonna go. Hopefully doesn't own goal. Doesn't. Great touch from now. Zenom has infinite time, but no boost, unfortunately. Gonna try and get a catch and flick. No. Great's faked out by Sly. Sly gonna try his best. Just play 50 here. Gets it over one. And no, Zenom gonna 50 back to his own side. This could be another goal. Luckily got the boost grab there. Great control by him to keep it. And is playing full speed so it doesn't get bumped. It's now in a 1v1 situation. He loves to see that. Wisty gets a good beat though, and this could be an open net for Sly. It will be, and that's just straight in. What a session there.
Yeah, it was back and forth there, but Zuptqke playing as fast as they were. It was Zenom who disconnected from Zuptqke there, and if they're just a little closer, that's a play that works out perfectly for them. But because they're not, it means that the Nameless Kings have time to recover, and that's all that time that they need here is a minute to go. Zuptqke to go to that grand finals to play against MylkMan. Boy, they'll want this game badly. They want that redemption from the loss they had earlier as Zuptqke stopped by Wisty. With room, Wisty will carry his Zenom again. Sly. Oh, he didn't get bumped there. Zuptqke's gonna be in a tough position because again, he's waiting really far back. And Nameless Kings just waiting, playing, and just taking that ball, keeping it back. Zuptqke are just not challenging them here, and this is now an open chance. Zenom gets the play away from Wisty. Wisty can still shoot, but Zenom there again. Now a chance late in the game. Gets over Sly. It is up for a play that Zuptqke can work with, but that first touch, that was not what he wanted. Zenom back, clears it away. Sly pushed up, but he's in the better position here, and nobody is challenging him here. He'll clear it away, though. That's a giveaway touch straight to Zuptqke. Maybe one last chance here as Zenom and Zuptqke look for offense. Zenom doesn't have boost, and he doesn't have a chance. Game 2 is over, and the Nameless Kings will force a Game 3.
You know, almost a... Oh, he appears to be lagging a little bit, but we've seen Sly maybe pass the ball to Zuptqke there, and it was like 5 seconds left, and you know, little interesting to make that choice, but unfortunately for them, Nameless Kings can't get anything going with that. And are we gonna get a lobby reset here off of this?
We'll see what the call is made. For now, though, Averded, we go to Game 3, so these players have a lot of work to do. They got to keep things going. And you think for the Nameless Kings and Zuptqke, again, both wanting that chance in that grand finals to not only just take on the MylkMan side a second time tonight, but also that chance to, you know, get a bit of that prize pool. Reminder, only the top 2 get prize money here, Averded. So, you lose this, you get nothing. So, there's a lot riding on this. Even if you don't win this whole thing, you can still get a little bit of money if you just, or if you even get to the grand finals. And, well, we come down to one more game to decide that.
And both teams want to make it there, but you know, maybe unfortunate for Zuptqke that Zuptqke was lagging that game. I don't know for how much of it, but either way, we see the strong offense coming out from both teams, but still, Nameless Kings, you know, they made a couple mistakes as they did in Game 1, you know, the overcommits, but that game they were much more controlled and Wisty, you know, playing for his team more, and the goals they got were just very smart, and Zuptqke still looking strong, but you know, they gotta be able to stop these infield passes, and I think that's what they realize they're gonna have to change. And we're gonna see, I think, a shift this game, maybe a little bit more passive from either one of the teams, but either way. And yeah, I can't wait for this game. Just
as we'll go into Game 3
on.
here, Grand Finals awaits here as Milk and Manihala are waiting in the upper bracket for whoever can win this one. The Nameless Kings, the 2 unfriend players that got top 2 last event, trying to make it to the Grand Finals again here, but it is Zuptqke on your side. Zuptqke himself, such a well-known name in the Serenyx League, and already it is Zuptqke who will take Goal 1. He wants to be in the Grand Finals again, give himself a chance to win yet another 2v2 Blitz tournaments. And, well, Nameless Kings, not the start they wanted. It's a kickoff, and Zuptqke with the first goal.
And great kickoff there. We see another, looks like both teams again doing the hard cheat strat, and it ends up working out there for Zuptqke. And Zenom might actually pick up second goal. No, it's going to be hit away by Sly. And Zuptqke going to follow it up here. Could go for another shot. Panics a little bit on that. Wisty just waiting, being patient. Zuptqke goes for a demo. Doesn't quite get it, though. Passes back to Zenom. Zenom waiting patiently. He knows he's last. He can't really commit. Good play by Zenom here, playing very slow, very methodical. And now Zuptqke has to make an awkward save off the bad touch. And now Wisty going to go up. And that's an overcommit. Will they be able to capitalize, though? They will try. No. And Sly going to get a great challenge. I'm sorry, that was Wisty. Now Sly gonna have the ball past mid, which is a little far back. Goes up though. Will he will beat Zenom. It's gonna go straight down. Uptake gonna have the ball though. Gonna have control. Sly has 70 boosts here. Will he try something here? Goes for a shot. Doesn't quite get it though. Now gonna be back onto Nameless King's side. And we see waiting on the backboard. We see him playing a little more patience this game. Him and Zenom actually playing a bit more patient. And it's gonna be a runaway. It's gonna be wide open net, and they're gonna be able to equalize.
Yeah, what happened back there with Zenom? He completely gave it away there, and oh, that is just far too aggressive from Zenom, right at Wisty, and he knows immediately as well. You can see that car language. He knows immediately that in no position should he ever challenge that, and now he learns why you don't do that. Because even if he does shoot that one, it's gonna make things tough here. As a minute in, and it is Nameless Kings who now look for even more goals as Wisty, the play, Zenom on the block as that goes off the back wall. Uptake will hang on to this one, and the flick goes high. Sly waits back as Uptake not there. Zenom offside wall, off the corner. It's in front of the nets, but they won't get much there as Uptake still trying to challenge early. Nameless Kings will get their chance to push as Wisty beats Zenom. Uptake the last one back as now he'll be playing patient, but Zenom again making things weird, and Uptake goes once more, and I do like what we're seeing here from Zenom and Uptake. They're not heavily committing in these challenges. They're really just trying to play to make the Nameless Kings move, and if they make them do something, now they don't have to respond to it. Their defense has a lot more time to react, and it makes their job a lot easier. So a lot more fake challenges from Zuptqke, and that has allowed this game to be, at least so far, manageable for this roster.
And the one goal, and this is going to be another goal for them right as I start talking, but great air dribble by him. But the only goal that they've given up is a insane overcommit by Zenom. It was crazy because right as I was talking about how he's playing more passive, and that's, you know, now will he actually start playing more passive and not, you know, doing the overcommit as second man? And if he does, I think they're going to be able to hold this lead because their offense is very strong. They just need that solid defensive rock. And Zenom, I think, can be that if he slows down. And it's going to be another midfield pass. Will they find it? Sly going to get a great 50 over both players. Bully ball looking like Shaq out there. Once again, we see his typical textbook play. A pass from Wisty into a double 50. That's what you love to see. Getting all four players involved somehow ends up being a equalizer for the Nameless Kings.
2-2, the tie score line here with 3 minutes left, and Nameless Kings now have a little bit of momentum on their side as Wisty with room. Wisty all alone. He's got the play in front, but it's Zenom who will just let him run out of space as Uptake leaves it for Zenom, and Uptake already looking for that demo play, but he's got to be a bit more careful. Sly pushed up early here as Zenom stopped by Wisty. Nameless Kings will wait here in this best of 3. Long touch. Zenom will be back. Sly's got boost. Wisty's got boost. Zenom has boost, but the touch will only be as far as Wisty's. Uptake looking a lot more nervous near the end of this game, and Zenom specifically making a lot faster touches, but this net is open, and Uptake will do it. It's a lead for Zuptqke as Nameless Kings again overcommits, and now a double commit. And boy, it's simple rotational errors that are costing the Nameless Kings goals.
The overcommit coming out from Sly, you know, maybe a little nervous. He jumps up whenever he did not need to, and that is just a detrimental play there that gives Zuptqke the goal. And Zenon's going to start off here on offense. The 100 boost, a pre-jump coming out of Wisty. And will this actually lead to another goal? It won't. Sly with a good come-in save here, but Uptake going to have possession. No boost coming out from Nameless Kings. Could have been top right. Doesn't end up finding it, though. Then I'm going to have all the boosts in the entire lobby. Going to be able to keep possession here. Good bump coming out from, I believe that was Sly. Or no, it was Wisty. I'm sorry. Uptake going to go low under both players, and Nameless is having no boost the entire time. And actually, I lied here. Sly did have 100, but he's just upside down on the side of the post. It's not what you want to see. Uptake going to abuse that. And it's just, they're going to be able to be 2 ahead now.
With so little time left now, these Nameless Kings are running out of opportunities here as Uptake off the kickoff. Kept away. Nameless Kings are going to need to play quite fast here, quite efficiently. And I think if you're going to see anyone step up, it's going to be Wisty, who's going to try to do things himself, because if there's anyone that can score with so little time left, it would be Wisty as he took the boost there. Now Sly leaves it. Wisty, the Brazilian legend, will flick this one up, but it's Zenom to keep it out. As now a flip reset the other way. Only has a little bit, does get that one through, but that's exactly what the Nameless Kings want. They want ball, they want Zenom to use his boost, and they want this opportunity as Sly. Oh, they both went in here for his uptake with a minute left. Wisty's got the ball again, but Nameless Kings running out of opportunities, running out of moments here to come back, to keep this match going.
And what a save there from Zenom to keep him alive. And we see Zenom here, unlike the game with Milk, where Milk is a crazy defender, insanely patient. Zenom is able to use his offensive capabilities to the max here, and we can really see how he's abusing it and all the flip resets and the air dribbles and everything and the bumps. But Wisty on the other side going to come back, goes for a low reset. Gets a fake pass one, Zenom going to take it. Has a full field dribble now. What will he do? Uses the empty jump. Goes for just an air dribble. Fakes going for the reset. Making me triple my own words. And they are out of this game. What a shot from Zenom there. We see the empty jump. And I actually thought myself he was going to go for a reset. But that is going to be game over. And we will see the Zuptqke advancing back up to the grand finals. And we'll see a rematch.
A rematch in the grand finals here. Zuptqke get the job done here. So 2-1, another 3-game series here, and unfortunately for the Nameless Kings, they just could not seem to get it done here, Averded, but that does mean our grand finals is set. MylkMan, who have been waiting, will not need to wait any longer. They'll get to play against Zuptqke again here, and again, it just shows you how good a player like Zuptqke is in that he's able to do this consistently in multiple different events, where he's able to find ways to get the job done. So we're going to go to the grand finals up next. And to all of you out there watching again, $100 prize pool now, split between the two winners. Again, thanks to our sponsors of Future Form Design Lab, where you can get your design needs met, because great design belongs to all. Averded. The grand finals up next. Do you have anything you want to say before we go to break and we get things set up for that last match of the evening?
I'm excited for the rematch. Obviously, we have seen it, and we have seen the strengths and weaknesses of both teams, but I'm just excited to see the adaptability, and I just can't wait.
See you guys soon. The grand finals up next. Welcome back to the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 5. This is the Grand Finals! It's here, Averded. We've waited all this time. And now we get the match to end the night. It is MylkMan versus Zuptqke. A rematch of the winners finals, a 3-1 scoreline there. It's another best of 3, but this time the MylkMan side have a game advantage. So all they need to do is win 2 more games. For Zuptqke, they need to win 3 in this best of 5. So a tall order for Zuptqke, but I mean, they can get it done. I mean, we've seen crazier from Zuptqke, that's for certain.
Yeah, and we have already, like I said, we've seen this matchup already, and I'm curious to see the adaptations. As we know, Zena being a very offensive-oriented player, but Zuptqke, I think, if they want to topple the the ones they lost last time, Zuptqke's gonna have to get a little bit more involved. Maybe get some bumps in there. Get some more passes in them, and go for more than just the solo play, the more one-dimensional offense, because Milk is just gonna dominate them in the 1v1. So he's not gonna get scored on that often. And Manny being a good just instant challenger, no matter where he's at, is gonna make it very hard to score a solo play from Zuptqke. And I think that's why they lost last series. And I'm curious to see if they make that change.
Zuptqke has already won this tournament 2 times before, but that time not only did he go through the upper bracket into the Grand Finals, but he also had played with Kevin, a very notable rank A player. I believe he's rank A. He might be rank S, actually. I believe he's rank A, though. A very notable player in the Rocket League scene, and one that is very, very good. This one, though, he's got Zenom, another very good player, but he's playing from the lower bracket. It's a much tougher place to be here, so it's going to be a very tough Grand Finals here, as, again, what a series this will be. The whole night comes down to this now between both these teams. One more match. One more best of 5. It's the Grand Finals. MylkMan again start with a 1-game advantage here in the Grand Finals. All they need to do is win 2 more to take down Zuptqke for the last time tonight. Someone at the end of this series will win this 2v2 Blitz number 5. But we'll just have to wait and see who it will be. MylkMan waited a while here, Averded. They've gotten a bit cold ever since then. That last series with Zuptqke and Nameless Kings, it wasn't that long, but 3 games still is pretty long nonetheless. And you think for MylkMan, they're a bit cold coming into this one. They might need this this second game to kind of once again warm up into this series.
Yeah, and already looking solid. But Zenom here gonna go for a quick offensive play, go for a bump, and Milk is not gonna let that happen. Gonna get a runaway goal. Not a goal. Get a runaway. He will not be able to find a goal from it though. Milk gonna back off, let Manny take over and go for that first man instant challenge here. It's gonna be bounced off the backboard. Super awkward for Zenom. Great read though. Gonna go for the catch, and we see Milk just staying grounded, playing patient, letting Manny get back. Now gonna go for a crossfield. What will he make happen? Let's take it slow. He sees Zuptqke on the ground, goes for a reset, pop over 1, Zenom gets 50'd. It's gonna be the mid. Manny's gonna be a little slow to this ball. He finally gets there though, and Zenom, not the greatest touch from him, dropping it straight down. Manny, he won't be able to find a goal though. He's gonna take their corner boost. Never mind, he's gonna fake me out. Just go for the ball. Gonna go for a 50 on Zenom here. Still low. Zuptqke. Gonna try and take control here. No, Manny just instantly waiting, and Zenom just sitting still. Thought he disconnected there. But Manny gonna try and stay in the play. He kind of just needs to get out here. And as we see, the ball just kind of stuck on the orange side. Very reminiscent of what happened before.
It is. Both these teams really just playing that orange half of the field. For Zuptqke, that defense is going to be very important for them. They've got to do well on defense here. As Zuptqke, Manny Olar will clear it out on the way. Up the sidewall. It's Milk in support as MylkMan trying to push. Zuptqke will clear it back as it's Manny again off the back wall, and that actually forced Milk out of the play here, so Manny Olar's got a lot to do here. He'll leave it for Milk, but not much there. They're just going to clear it back, see what Zenom will have in store as both players commit out of MylkMan. That back line is a little open, but Zuptqke's got boost. Now a demo will open up the space. Manny doesn't have it. He's got to leave the play here as Zuptqke's got room. Now he jumps. Now the ball is in the blue half of the field, and MylkMan, well, they aren't going to waste too much time. They've already got possession here. As Manny whiffed it, it's open for Zenom, and that will be goal 1. A huge mistake, and that can't be the first goal of this series, but it will be. And Zuptqke, after how much waiting they've done, I don't really feel like that's earned, but they'll take it.
Yes, they will indeed. And Zenom, you could tell that I did not expect Manny to miss, and neither did we, more than likely. And Manny gonna almost get another immediate bounce back there. Doesn't though. Zenom gonna take control. Them up 1. This is a good spot for them, but will they be able to hold it? As we know, the ball is on the orange side, It's so far been on 80% of the game. But Zenom going to take control here, get some more offense. Going to go for probably a reset. Yep, Milk has no boost coming off the backboard. Over 1. Tries to 50 at mid. Does get it, but Manny just there, going to keep it out. Manny has low boost. He's trying to speed up the play. Now Zenom in a 1v1 against Milk. We've seen this countless times already. He's going to go for a pop-up. Milk is sitting grounded. He's the brick wall. And Uptake going to take it back. Take control. Manny's going to instant shell off the ceiling. What a challenge from him. And we'll be able to find the net. No, Zenom is going to be there. Uptake, maybe take it from him. No, Zenom going to boom it up. Milk gonna take it to backboard, get a catch here. Will we see a pass from him? No, he's gonna keep it close. Then I'm gonna take it first, not leaving it, opting to just. Looks like we're just seeing a Zenom and this Milk back and forth, and it's pretty interesting to watch. But Milk in a 1v1 situation, flick over 1 high. Manny gonna pre-jump, opts to not go for it, and I'm taking to be there, stuck on the orange side again, goes for a bump, doesn't get it, and now Zenom's with the runaway play.
And it's going to be a good chance to score here. Zuptqke only up by 1 here. And MylkMan, they know they have what it takes to come back, although that is a bad challenge. And it almost cost them a goal as that play went just wide. They're both right after each other here, but Milk will stay on it and win that 50-50. The boost is his, and so too is this play. Uptake stops him as up goes Maniolar. That touch straight back to Zenom. And Milk again pushing up high. This is going to go in the net. And, you know, the first overcommits, Zuptqke couldn't take it. The second one they will is Milk. He should have just gone there. He was in the right position to go, but pushed back, didn't go, and he's not in a position to challenge in any way. So, a big misplay from Milk, and so far this game, MylkMan, not the same aggression we saw earlier.
And no, and it looks like another small defensive mistake out of Milk there, just leading to a goal, which I guess would make it small, make it pretty big, but he like, a little hesitate a little bit on the offense, and looks here messing up his air dribble a little bit. See Milk messing up a couple times here, but Zenom's going to be in a 1v1 situation. Once again, gets bumped by Manny. That's textbook defense from them. They've done that countless times. Milk going to try a plan B, almost gets it, and now Zenom going to go for it, gets beat out, and now Milk just waiting patiently. Seemed just before Uptake, going to get some weird resets, try and keep possession, but Milk already up with the play, getting backboard. Zenom going to have control. Gonna keep it close. Beats 1, and now it's just Zenom versus Milk in a 1v1 once again, and Milk gonna take control of the ball, let Manny get back. Manny gets a great demo. Milk gonna try his best. Zenom gonna catch the ball. He maybe go for a quick shot, and I think we're gonna see Zuptqke take game 1.
Oh, wait, don't say it too soon. Now they will take game 1. Milk missed his chance, and, well, it's not game 1, it's game 2 here. The series is now tied at 1 each. And, yeah, just, again, another first game where it's a slow start for this MylkMan roster. The benefit is they did start this series up by a game, so this is now tied series going into what would be game number 3 here, Averded. So a bit of a better position for them, but again, another game or game 1 they just can't seem to get things started. It seems like this team starts slow, and that's what lures you in. This team may start slow, but as we've seen before, they start slow, they pick up the pace pretty quickly in their next game.
And realistically, I mean, teams, I don't think the MylkMan are playing bad whatsoever. I think that Manny just made that crucial miss, which we have not seen him miss a single ball other than that, like all series, or even any series he's been in. I shouldn't say any, but and Milk making that one hesitation play is quite interesting. But those were the 2 goals, and they know like, oh, we're not going to make that mistake again. So let's just bounce back. That Zuptqke really, they earned them, of course, but not earned them in a way that would make them feel good. You know what I'm saying? So still a good win regardless, tying up the series to make it a best of 3 situation, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, as you said, a best of 3, so at least 2 more games to go in this one here. As, again, game 3 now. The pressure continues on his Zuptqke and MylkMan. Take the lead in the series to take not only match point, but tournament point as a whole in the grand finals. As MylkMan, as you said, this is their warm-up game. They've had many of these. Now we go into the next game. We'll have to see if they... Now we go into the next game, and we know this team does pick up the pace after their first game. So it's game 3, and this is where I think it's really going to determine who wins this matchup, because as we saw before from MylkMan, they oftentimes need a game to warm up. Now they've had that game. How do they play here? Do they play better? Do they play like they did usually before? If they do, they're beating Zuptqke. If they don't, Zuptqke have a very good chance of taking over. But already a good start, as it's just kept out by Uptake, but an early start for MylkMan. And already the pressure picking up from last game. Demo, open, Maniolar will take this one. No, he's hit the post. Two chances for the MylkMan, and both have gone wide.
Wow, and as hard as goals are to come by this series, you know, you got to think Manny has got to score that, and that's very unfortunate for him, but he's going to have another shot here. Tries to put it bottom right, ends up bouncing to top right, and what a shot by Manny, but still, I think he would have liked to have more power on this. Not quite exactly what he wanted, but still, regardless, gets the goal in the end, and, you know, we're starting the game here on the orange side like last time, but this amazing start from the MylkMan, and what a bounce back. And will they be able to control it? But Uptake can have a wide open shot, and they are going to get it right back.
The MylkMan were hoping for a win kickoff there. They needed to push the ball up. They didn't. And that means Maniolar, he just can't get that. He's pushed up high. He's relying on Milk to win that kickoff, to push the ball up so that he can challenge. But that won't be the case here, as an immediate answer from Zuptqke. And we go right back to the drawing board if you're both these teams. Zuptqke on that kickoff. And again, being the team that they are, playing more defensively, they need any goal they can get, because MylkMan aren't going to let up, that's for certain. Zuptqke can't do the same.
I see this typical instant challenge by Manny, but he's got to watch out in doing that, though, because if Uptake had anticipated the high flick and jumped even faster than Manny, he would have beat him there, and, you know, Milk was not quite back, would have been an open net. That's just something they got to watch out for, but regardless, they don't have to watch out for it now, as they got him a goal. But back into the game, we're going to see Milk having possession here. Looks like he's going to boom it away. Pre-jump coming out from Manny. Will he find it? He will. Not going to get a goal out of it, though. Milk going to slow it down. Back up. It's going to pop up. Go for a low 50. Ends up not getting anything out of it. Manny going to mess up a little bit in the midfield. Manny going to go for a read here now. Milk gets demoed. Uptake going to go for a shot backward. This could be another goal. It is. Another demo coming out from Manny. And both players getting demoed there within the span of, 5 seconds. And this a great play from Zuptqke, and that's maybe what you were talking about in the previous series, where they got the demos involved, and it looks like that's what they're doing, and it's working out.
Yeah, but the weird situation there is that Zenom getting the demos. We haven't seen Zenom get that many demos here for his team. It's usually Uptake who wants to play that way, but against this MylkMan roster, everybody's got to get involved somehow, and if Uptake's going to play offense, Zenom's going to need to be the one that plays the good positioning on those demos, on those bumps, maybe on defense, wherever he's needed. As Zuptqke challenges again, and we'll clear this one out. So again, for Zuptqke, it's going to be a full team effort here to win, this game and this series. They're going to need to keep doing more of that because, again, MylkMan aren't going to let up. They aren't going to slow down for Zuptqke. So Zuptqke, they can't slow down either here as an overcommit. Maniolar jumped in with Milk. Uptake challenge. That is going to go all the way back for Zenom. This one flicked high. Nobody bumped out, though. Uptake trying to go for the demos, and again, getting the play removed is Maniolar. Uptake will take the challenge as here goes Zenom. Clears it up the field as back is Manny. Zenom. Uptake waiting as this play will go towards the net. Zenom wants it himself, but reset save by Milk. As Uptake doesn't have boost, MylkMan will get away with this one.
And once again, Milk on the defense, this unbreakable wall, but we're actually seeing good pressure coming out from Zuptqke here, and it's going to be another goal from Zenom. And just insane pressure. They finally found their stride here. Manny not getting the greatest touches and passing it out, and Zenom getting a good beat onto Milk, and Milk could have just waited, I think, but either way, he tries his best and just gets beat out, and this is just a good shot by Zenom. Can't really complain if you're Milk there, and they're down by 1 now, but Zenom going to take control again. He has another one-on-one with Milk. Oh my goodness, this is like the most common thing in the entire game. But Mandy going to take a soft touch, good for him. Uptake going to come in for a 50 to keep it in. Sees Milk playing patient here. Zenom going to try his best. Manny has 0 boost, going to take control though. Uptake notices it. Going to try and take control from him. Manny gets that 100. Now 2v1 now. Maybe get a pass mid. Leaves it. Goes for a bump. Doesn't quite get it. But Milk has an upset. It's gonna be an overcommit. And Milk just misses the shot. Goes for a double. Doesn't quite get it. And this is gonna be a roll away goal to make the lead 2.
Yeah, Milk there, he just ran out of boost, and Uptake saw it too, and I said it before, Uptake has such a great awareness of where people are on this field. He knows, he must have read that Milk didn't have boost, because ordinarily you would expect him to challenge that, but he doesn't even jump, so he must recognize that Milk didn't have the boost to play that one, and, well, it's a gutsy call, because if he's wrong about that call, that's a goal for Milk. He's not even challenging him, but it works out well, and now Zuptqke, 2-goal lead, looking to make it free as Milk pulled in, but then I'm unable to put the shot on, and all the way back for Uptake is time to work with. Flip reset. Oh, he's lost the handle on this one. Manny Alar towards the net, but Zenom waiting back as Milk beat. Zenom got bumped though, and this is room for the MylkMan side as Manny Alar up the ceiling, down to the ground. It will be Zenom again. Another big save as Milk's missed his touch here, and the MylkMan will have to go back initially, but not for long. Zuptqke's nowhere to be seen, and Zenom is pulled out of position. MylkMan are 1 goal back and 1 away from tying it.
We see what a shot coming out from Manny there as Milk getting aggressive for the bump. But all game, we've seen Zuptqke kind of keep the ball away from Manny and not let him get offense. And we've noticed it's been working for him. And tries to go for a shot, actually gets it past Milk. What a shot from Zenom, just a little fake out left, a little crossover, and gets it bottom right. And you think Milk honestly could have just insta-challenged that there probably. He could have realized they had low boost, but either way, Zenom with a great awareness there to get the play, and that's twice now Zenom had the better of Milk. And the lead is almost immediately back up to 2, and they really need to bounce back here, but Manny going to be in a 1v1. Tries to go for a little double jump there, Zuptqke, good defense. And now he's going to have 100 boost in control. Milk's going to have to go first here. Gets the bump. It's going to be Manny versus Zenom in a 1v1. Will's going to be able to try. Fakes the classy flick, goes low. And now Milk's going to take it. From the save from Manny. And a great sidewall read from Milk into Manny. The redirect. He misses it. Zenom gets a save on 0 boost. And now Zuptqke comes in. What defense? And how did Manny miss that ball? But you think now it's back onto the MylkMan side. Milk has 100 boost. Zuptqke pre-jumping. It's going to be over him. Milk going to go for a bump. Manny goes for the backboard double. Still going to get it. Zenom with a great save. Zuptqke going to follow this up. And we see Manny getting down. And Zenom now in a 1v1 against Milk. Beats him. Manny going to take the ball.
30 seconds here. MylkMan doing anything they can to just get that ball in the orange half and hope that Zuptqke makes a mistake. But nothing's showing.
And I know it's kind of rhetorical or irrelevant at this point, but can we just say, how did that ball not touch the ground there? It was 0, and it looked like the ball, it maybe bounced off the corner of the goal there, but that was very interesting. It bounced on 0 seconds, but kind of irrelevant. The goal didn't really matter, but it might help for their moral. There's a great shot coming out from Milk. But Zuptqke take a great win here, really abusing the fact that Milk is really just, he's not playing like how he was in the first couple series. He's not playing as, maybe safe. Manny isn't really getting as involved in that first main, not getting the bumps, not getting the instant challenges to come through, and the pressure is there, but really not any substance to the attacks. But luckily they were able to keep it close regardless, and I could see them, stepping up here and making this game go to 5.
I don't think that's an unlikely thing to say as well here, because right now it's Zuptqke who, from the lower bracket, trying to make it done. We've only seen this once before, and never in a 2v2 Blitz has this ever happened, where a team has won from lower. So Zuptqke trying to do something new that has never been done before. The last time, again, this ever happened in any tournament from Serenyx League was, I think, their favorite free meltdown number 4 or number 5. It was not too long ago, but it's not something that's happened very often here. As for Zuptqke, and really for Zuptqke specifically, he hasn't won since 2v2 Blitz number 3, so this is his chance here in Game 4 to do it once again for his 3rd championship victory. The MylkMan side now facing the pressure, because for Zuptqke, they only need 1 more win. MylkMan have got to perform well just to force Game 5.
And again, we see here, we're immediately on the orange side of pressure, and Manny going to go for a quick shot, but Zuptqke going to save it away. Now it's going to be Zuptqke's ball. They both have no boost, though. Now Manny's going to come in, keeping it close, getting good pre-flips off the wall. Another pre-flip coming out. Zuptqke going to kind of hit it out to Milk. Milk going to have boost, have possession. Both. Okay, now Zenom has 100 boost on the backboard. Manny going to take the ball. Zenom going to instant challenge. Misses the ball. Unfortunately, though, Manny going to pass it out to Milk. Will we see a shot coming out? No. Playing patient. So we like to see from him, just playing it safe. They're looking maybe try to make this a low-scoring game, maybe that 1-0 victory. That's what they're looking for. Manny's going to keep it close. Going to try his best to get it past mid here, maybe get it past. No. Zenom, great save. Now it's in a 1v1 against Milk. Just before Milk playing patient, taking it to his wall. Then I'm going to hit it out. Just need to steal their boost and get out of the play, which he opts to do. Gets into child by uptake. Manny going to have to go quick, and Zenom gets beat, and this is a wide open net for Manny.
As Zenom there took the chances on winning that challenge in front of Manny Alar, and honestly, he's actually in a position where he can win that play, but it just wasn't there. He missed the touch that he wanted, and MylkMan will take that first goal off of that overcommit. So, an attempt from Zenom that he just missed on. And again, for Zuptqke, they can win the tournament here, but reminder, with Game 5 on the line, and with how we know this MylkMan team can play, if they get some momentum, I mean, it's not over just yet, but that's a big overcommit, and Zenom will make up for his earlier mistake. He scores here, and the game is tied.
Great awareness there, and Milk just being a little, too far up, and Manny, of course, trying his best to be aggressive, and that just leads to just a wide open net. Zenom realizing that, and slots it and equalizes. And going into the game here, Milk and Zenom on the kickoff. Looks like the MylkMan are going to win it, and a quick shot coming out from Manny. Will it fall? It won't. But now they both have 0 boost. It's going to be Milk and Manny. They both have 100. A double tap coming out. It's going to miss. Zenom only has 12 boost. Playing patient. Manny going to try and take it. Keep it in. Milk going to play fake challenge here. Takes the 100. Has the ball. And now Uptake just waiting. Milk with the crazy musty flick backboard. Will it actually beat Uptake? It will. Manny has an open shot. He'll take it on the demo from Zenom, or onto Zenom, sorry, and what a musty flick coming out from Milk. Musty into a bump. Zenom didn't stand a chance. Uptake had to hit that ball to get that out of there.
Yeah, Uptake needed to get that touch, and unfortunately it's a tough touch to make, but I'm sure he'll want that one back, because if he makes that touch, that play doesn't go in, and Zuptqke, who knows, may have a chance the other way here. Oh, that's a big challenge from Manny just to put the pressure on Zenom, who's been stellar all grand finals. Needs to find a little bit more. The dribble. Manny's there. That's a heads-up block, and now he's left it for Milk. Uptake. Oh, he doesn't get any part of that play, and Milk's got room. Flip resets on, and just wide here. Zenom gets that play. Uptake. Low boost, and Milk, he's just waiting as Manny Alar to the middle of the field. It's Zenom. Manny. Zuptqke is just playing defensive here. They need goals, but they don't have the time, and they don't feel like they have the confidence to do it. As Uptake, oh, he's left Zenom all alone here as Milk, double tap, can hit these, he will hit these! You can't stop Milk! Zuptqke have been playing passive, and MylkMan, like sharks smelling blood in the water, they can smell that fear, and they are right up in their face because of it.
And you could tell Zenom really wanted a challenge there, but being on 12 boosts and Manny having great control, he couldn't quite get what he wanted, and luckily for Manny, he didn't have boost. There also been instant child, but Zenom's gonna re-equalize here, or not equalize, sorry, but bring goal differential within 1, and a great kickoff coming out from Uptake, and a good follow from Zenom. These kickoffs have been quite strong for them. You wonder if it's not even really a strategy. They're doing a default kickoff, but they're just so good at it. Zenom's a great cheater, and just bringing it within 1 again, and this is what you love to see if you are Zuptqke. And now Manny's going to try, gets a reset. Maybe pass over to Milk. Milk's going to jump up. This could be an overcommit. No, bottom right finds it. And Milk off the pass from Manny. Great beat onto, I believe that was Zuptqke, or Uptake that jumped. And Manny, flip reset pass. That is what you love to see. Great play from them. And that is just textbook offense.
Exactly what the MylkMan roster want here is textbook offense. Nothing more and nothing less. As Zenom's going to be demoed here. Even more room for Manny to work with the ball as Zenom won't go. Uptake will. Zuptqke. Oh, they got bumped out here. Zenom just got back to it. That would have been a goal had he not been able to recover nearly as well. As Uptake has room. Uptake has time. The dribble. Milk. Oh, he took it away. He doesn't have the boost to challenge. And it will fall in. Uptake makes things happen. It falls right to him. And Zuptqke have not given up hope on game 4.
And Milk, as you can kind of tell, he gets that touch, and he's just kind of, I think, realizes like, oh crap, not the touch he wanted. Maybe they wanted it towards the corner more, or maybe he wanted to pass it too backward to Manny, but a little miscommunication there. Regardless, it's within 1 again. A little mess ups coming out from MylkMan will add up eventually, so they need to lock it down on defense here. And Zenom gonna have a breakaway. Uptake gonna go for a bump, doesn't quite get it. Zenom gonna go for 50, also doesn't get it. Now Uptake gonna take it back. Will we have a cross map play here? We will. There's nobody pre-jumping. Milk just waiting on the ground. Manny's going to be the first to challenge. Gonna wait here, gets a good 50 on from Uptake. Then I'm going to play a little patient here as he's last. Manny in a 1v1, gonna go for a breezy, fakes it out. Tries to go bottom right, Zenom, good play, it's a 2v1. Little overcommit, Uptake gets bumped. Able to take it, he will. He's gonna have so much time here. Manny has low boost, gets cut off by Milk. Manny's gonna have, who will be the challenger? No one, leaving Manny with time. Beats one, that's gonna be a wide open net on an overcommit, and Uptake was not ready for it.
And you know who really wasn't ready for it? It was Zenom, who wasn't ready for this play. He did not expect Manny to really play that dribble. He's expecting to pass in that position. That's why he is sitting so far out, because he knows that if he challenges, Milk's waiting for that pass. And well, he was not expecting the play on the ground, the dribble. And by the time he realized, he wasn't going to be able to challenge that play and win it. So it is a minute to go here. And the MylkMan holding on to that lead that they got early on in this game, as Manny looking for another. Zenom and Uptake both upfield, and he just shot that one. That was a 2v1 play, and they could have done better, but Zenom, maybe not trusting in the demos that Uptake has so far not really gotten this game, and well, that is a waste of a great opportunity for Zuptqke, and really the epitome of what Game 4 has been like for them.
Yeah, and a little rush, and they will get another goal here. Uptake finding the net, Milk not getting the, not being able to get the defensive save, and Uptake just taking a quick one touch and then a shot. And normally you think you might take his time and then wait, but he just did a quick little fake into a shot, and Milk maybe didn't expect it, as all series they've kind of been slowing it down. And you know, here we go, Zenom following up kickoff, good follow up again, and we could see a little Doomsday, no, gets bumped by Milk. Now Milk in a 1v1, 1v2 actually, Manny's down there, gets an air dribble, over two, it's not gonna be able to fall in though. Zenom, great touch, and this is an overcommit, will Milk be able to get back? It does look like it, and maybe an own goal coming out, no, Milk can be able to save it. Now Manny's gonna take. Great touch from him. And Uptake and we'll put a shot on, weak shot. Zenom kind of awkward, needs to get a touch. He does. They need to make something happen now. Down by one. It's a shot on net. Uptake going to be there. Going to pass to Zenom. Zenom's going to get beat by Milk. Milk going for a double. Uptake going to get cut off. And now Zenom in a 1v2. What will happen? Goes over one. No, Manny's ready for it. And MylkMan are going to take game number 4.
Well, we got one more game to go here, Averded. Game 5 up next. The whole tournament rides on this, so our final match of the evening, and of course it goes the distance. So last time these two played, it was a 4-game series. This time it will go to game 5. So I mean, I'm excited for this. One more match, one more game here, Averded. This is where everything comes down to.
It is, absolutely, and this is very, I want to say, very entertaining, very back and forth, win loss, and I'm just really excited to see. I think we're going to see a bunch of mistakes coming out here from both teams, or we're going to see both teams play really, passive and trying their best not to make those mistakes. And whatever team steps up and decides to be aggressive and take that risk is going to get the reward. And I think that's what we're going to see from either one of these teams. I mean, we've seen it from both ends of the field multiple times.
Game 5, Champions Field. This tournament comes down to one more, and for Uptake, he knows what it's like. He's been here before in a grand finals, but he's won before in game 5. Now he's got to do it here from the lower bracket and win to take his 3rd tournament. For Milk and Manny, what a slow start to this finals it was for them, but maybe they can turn things around and win eventually. So it's game 5 and Champions Field. Can Uptake win his 3rd 2v2 Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz, or do the MylkMan side take him down here for the first time and give Uptake his first loss in the grand finals? Milk gets things started. It's Manny who waits, and Zenom will challenge Zuptqke. Oh, they ran into each other. It's wide open, and Milk will score first.
And actually, we might have been able to see a good fake by Manny, but he might have been able to sneak a goal in regardless earlier. But taking the high percentage fake there ended up good. It ended up being better for them. They got the goal either way. So now they are up by 1, 20 seconds in. Immediate pressure, and Manny's going to go for a quick shot, and that's going to be goal number 2 coming out from Manny. And it has not left the orange side. I know we're only 20 seconds in, but this is not a great look if you're Zuptqke. And we see we're not doing the hard challenging anymore, which is kind of interesting. It's been working for them all series. But now we're going to be up 2-0 for the MylkMan.
Yeah, and that's the worry here for Zuptqke, is that in Game 5, so often that first goal really does make the difference in so many of these games. So now Zuptqke have really got to battle from behind, and so many different statistics. Again, MylkMan just needed time to warm up maybe, and maybe that's the time that they'll need as Zenom leaves it. Zuptqke. Not a lot of boost. Has to let Zenom take control as Maniolar will wait. MylkMan watching as Maniolar, player for 100x Knights, will get some room here, but can't get boost. It is Zuptqke, who is actually not even going to challenge here, so very slow here for Zuptqke. Zuptqke is still waiting, and Milk can score on this position. Back to Maniolar. Off the back wall, it will be Zenom to clear. And man, Zuptqke really waiting here. Again, waiting on these challenges, and MylkMan, I mean, they clearly know what they're doing here, because every single time they're waiting, MylkMan, they're jumping in and they're making the right move every single time, but that shot goes in from Zenom! Maniolar couldn't get it, and the ball will float to the back of the net. It's a 1-goal difference.
What a shot by Zenom, too. That first touch was absolutely crazy, and then the flip, the direction he used there is kind of really rare, and very, very good awareness by him, and Milk with the the backflip did not expect that. Great equalizer by him. That's surely going to raise his mental up, and now we see a 1v1 between Zenom and Milk. Milk has 100 boost, so Zenom going to go for a pop. Milk waiting on it. Extremely patient player. He cannot, a shot from that far away that weak will never go in, unfortunately. Zenom going to have another opportunity here. Has an open double tap. He's going to go for it. Will he find it? He won't. It's almost an own goal coming out for Milk, and Zenom could find the net. No, Manny's there. Will Manny try again? He won't. Milk is going to take it. Never mind. Leaves it for Manny. Manny go for an air dribble. Zenom up first. Manny going to go for a 50. Zuptqke committing a little bit. Maybe see a little bit of a panic play coming out. Zuptqke not going to go up to go for the ball. And a double demo, and that's going to be an open net for Milk. Oh my goodness. And really just a, I want to say, an offensive breakdown from the Zuptqke there. Like, they had an opportunity, and then they just came back, and Zuptqke panicking a little bit, and it just leads to another goal.
Again, Zuptqke, who's usually known for being so good in this position, down by 2 goals with 3 minutes to go. MylkMan are holding the series in their hands as Zenom become up big. Milk's waiting. Zuptqke, offside wall. It's Zenom. He can't score from here, but he will open up the room as Zuptqke, the pop, the bump, and he's got another.
And I don't want to underestimate how much he really needed to score here, because if you didn't notice, Zuptqke only had about 10 points going into that kickoff, and you know, maybe that looking at the scoreboard, if you're one of those players, you know, you're almost halfway through the game, you don't even have, you know, amount for XP, let alone you're not even 1/5 of the way there. You know, that can be really demoralizing, and a goal like that on a defensive player like Milk, who's been there the whole time, is good usually, but Milk is gonna find another one to keep this 2-goal lead off of just it looks like a bad touch from, a bump from Manny into Zuptqke, passing it to Milk. And you know, either way, I think this is possible to bring back if you are Zuptqke. We gotta get a little creative, you gotta get out of defense, but it's definitely possible.
Oh, fake kickoff here, almost, but will not work here as MylkMan saw that immediately, and now Milk with room will force out the play from Zuptqke. Zenom always completely undershot this. He's got to get back, but will he be in time? He will. The save is made as half the game still to go. It's Zuptqke again. Milk gets there. Zenom waiting as Milk is waiting for his call. Oh, but he missed it. Manny to take another. Zenom lost control, and MylkMan continue to keep increasing the lead.
And I mean, I hate to say it, but that could be honestly a sign of the game there, as Zenom not getting the touch that he wanted, and Zuptqke not being able to make it back. But regardless, time moves on, and Zenom looks like we're gonna win this kickoff. Could be open it. No, he misses it. Manny probably would have got back to it anyway, but still putting it on target would have been helpful. And Manny gonna try. He's on 0. Still gets it past Zenom though. Wow, Zuptqke waiting close a second. This is kind of risky for him, but he has to play like this. Not gonna really get anything on this. Milk is just waiting. Knows nothing is gonna happen out of this. Zenom gonna have to take it back, and now we're gonna reset. 2 minutes left to score 3 goals. It's definitely possible. Something's got to happen quick. Zenom gonna play fake the pass. Gonna take it for himself. 1-on-1 against Manny. Gonna try his best. Has 0 boost here. Gonna get it out to Zuptqke. Zuptqke playing a little close. Has to leave the play here. Goes for a bump. Doesn't get it. Zenom has to instant challenge. Zuptqke gonna go ahead instead. And now Zenom's gonna take it back. And we're in the same position we were 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, they're running out of time here, Zuptqke. They need goals. They'll need plays in front of them here as Zuptqke again. Up he goes, has the net in front. Flip reset, just doesn't hit the target as Milk keeps the ball. He stays on the play as it's Zenom again. Zuptqke bumped, but will be the play from Milk, and just so much time leaving this play. A minute here to go, and Zuptqke still down by 3. Zenom The dribble. Zenom still needs this one, but the shot not too scary. Milk will clear, and Milk will go to the back wall. He'll challenge. No, he won't. He'll leave the play away. As here goes Zenom. Annie, uptake. Wins that challenge. Still uptake. Shot on. Manular again. Desperation here for Zuptqke. Those shots are not nearly as quality as they were earlier. And MylkMan continuing to defend every single chance as they'll score once more and take a 4-goal lead. That might just be the dagger in this matchup.
And oh my goodness, what a touch out of Milk. I don't know if you saw that. It was absolutely crazy pre-flip out of him and just showing the confidence he has. And great series from them to bounce back. And again, you know, they're looking back to themselves. They weren't making the same defensive mistakes. They weren't, you know, really overcommitting this game, playing more safe, and just generally, overall, a fantastic closeout to the series and bounce back.
As you said, a bounce back here for this roster. And wow, Manular and Milk. Maybe they weren't expecting the series to take as long as it did, but it went the full distance. They got the win, though. That's all they'll be happy with. They will win 2v2. Blitz number 5 here against Zuptqke in the grand final. So a 3-2 victory for Milk and MylkMan over Zuptqke. So for Uptake, unfortunately, will not be his third 2v2 Blitz victory here. But for Manular and Milk, big performance for them. They'll be happy with this one. Good performance for them as well here. Averded. What a tournament it has been. A lot of close matches by the end of this thing. But of course, now we have our winners decided.
Yes, we do, and they played all great all series, but Uptake, as you know, he's 1-2, went for his third, didn't quite get it, but I have a feeling he will be back. As will these MylkMan going for the back-to-back in the next one, and maybe see some new competitors. I'm not too sure. You know, I'm saying Torn Galleon, look out for him, but either way, great series regardless, and super fun to cast and watch. Always love these high-level games, and I mean, that's really all we got. It's just great series overall.
It was a great matchup overall. Some great performances, some really strong competitors here. But before we go, of course, a few little shout outs to give out here. Again, first of all, thank you to the Serenyx League for allowing us to be here. Our 3v3 meltdown number 6 is next Saturday, so sign up for that when you have the chances. Again, what a tournament that will be as well here. So here's our bracket, by the way, upper bracket for all of you who want to see how this tournament has gone. MylkMan making the run through uppers. But again, our 3v3 meltdown number 6 is next Saturday. Join us for that. Thank you as well to Averded for jumping in. And again, thank you to Gaetana, the org owner. He usually does a production here for these events, just unable to make it today. And of course, thank you to all the teams that showed up. And to our sponsor in Future Form Design Labs. Again, if you want to get your design needs met, go ask Future Form, because again, great design belongs to all. Thank you all so much for joining the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 5. It was great having you all. It was great being here. Again, what a tournament it was. Before we leave, Averded, do you have any last things you want to say? Any final shoutouts? Any final messages for people out there watching?
Well, of course, like last time, shout out to U40 for allowing me to be here in this duo cast. First time doing 2v2. I don't know if I did well or not, but I tried my best. And as well, shout out to Serenyx League for allowing me to be here. It's just super fun, and I hope I can be back in the future.
Of course, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to all of you out there who have been so supportive. Take care. Have an amazing rest of your nights, and we'll see you all next Saturday with 3v3 Meltdown number 6. I'm SportyFC. Joining me was Averded from the Serenyx League. To all of you, thank you so much for joining. Have a great rest of your night.